JJ Finn, are you sure I'm a good streamer? What if I'm just a pretender? Yeah, the deck of many things if you want to like, you know, depends on what kind of game you want to introduce your family to. Dito Fox, I'm decent enough. Says the man who like never misses a stream. Peter guy, what up, dude? Penguin Butt, hello! Ed Robinson, hey, what's up, dude? How you doing? Jarvis, what up, man? Jarvis says 7 out of 10. Hey, that's pretty good, dude. I'll take it. I'm an okayish streamer. World's most okayish dungeon master. Hey, Karen, how you doing? Good to see you. Hey, Ben Richards, thank you, sir, for the $2 super chat. I appreciate that. Glad you're liking the content and stuff. Just so you know, no pressure or anything, but if you want to support the channel, then there's the join button down below and you can become a member, get perks and crap like that. It's pretty cool. Beth Ed, hello, how you doing? Andrew Orr, what up, dude? Hall of Thanes, Sparrow, what up? Manty Corker. Matthew Maple. Theater guy's been watching since high school. That's awesome, man. So you're like, what? I've only been doing it a couple years. I'm the best and worst. Well, you know, Dito, I'm the worst probably when I talk about the Star Wars, right? That's probably when I become the worst. The plugs before we start. Hey, you know what? Danny is not going to be here tonight, my understanding is, because she just graduated and is going to be hanging out with her family. So the merch plugs are probably going to be sorely lacking tonight. Hey, Overlord Rocks, how you doing? I'm doing well. Hey, Montpent, I'm doing well. Thanks, buddy. All right, here we go. This is, I have to push the button. This is, we could just stay on the start screen the whole time and we could just talk. We don't even have to, I don't even have to show a video, right? I could just like wave in front of the camera and stuff. It'd be fine. All right, fine. Whee! That's cool. All right, here we go. Rock and roll. We're ready to go. Squeaky is coming to join us. He's saying hi to everybody. He wants to thank you for joining the stream tonight. Oh, I didn't even make show notes. I'll just pretend like I have show notes. All right, tonight on the stream, we're going to be creating a dungeon together. But before we do that, we're going to be doing a little bit of Q&A. So yeah, that's what we're doing tonight. I think that's pretty much it. The coffee cam, yes. The coffee cam tonight. But tonight, what I'm going to try to do, I don't know if this is going to work, but when we get to the dungeon creation part, it's going to be a very small dungeon, like maybe 3 rooms or something. But what my thought is I have graph paper somewhere. I don't know if this is going to work. This may or may not work, but I had graph paper. And so my thought is that when we get to the dungeon creation part, I can draw the dungeon on the graph paper. That actually should work. That looks like it'll probably work. Cool. Yeah, that's my thought. When we get to the dungeon creation, this is how I make all my dungeons. I just draw it on graph paper. So yeah. Hey, Robert Young, how you doing, buddy? No, I do not crit. Barbarian crits. Penguin Butt, thank you. Friendly reminder, spammers die. Yakumo, what up? It will work, yeah. It has to work. Will we get to roll will we roll to get ideas for the dungeon? Matthew, I don't know. I considered using the Rory's story cubes for the dungeon tonight, and I'm not sure that is gonna work super well. We might just go back to old school for getting ideas. Yeah. I actually what I thought to do when we do get to the dungeon creation part, I think what I'm gonna do is I think we're gonna try to do a little bit higher level dungeon tonight. And then yeah, I don't know, we'll play it by ear. Hey Mont Pent, thank you sir for the super chat. Appreciate that. Mont Pent says, let's start with a good old barbarian merch plug. All right.
All right, everybody. If you want to wear cool shirts like I'm wearing right here, then you can buy merch off from my YouTube channel right now. There's some buttons down below. It has pictures of shirts and stuff. Like, you can't actually get this shirt, but you can get ones that say the DM Lair on it, which is pretty cool too. So yeah, it's really cool. You should get some. You can get coffee mugs too. You can't get this coffee mug, but you can get other coffee mugs that say the DM Lair on them. Oh, that's good. All
right, did I do it well, guys? Am I not feeling very well? I feel pretty good right now, dude. I do. Remember not to diss the mug. Danny told me merch plug and to make sure you don't diss it in place of her. Oh, really? I didn't. Like the mug isn't that good, honestly. Now that you bring it up, I don't like the mug. I don't like the colors. You guys, the mug body is black, but the handle's white. It looks kind of lame. Not this one, the one you can buy from me. I'm actually working right now with someone who can make different merch for me and then help with fulfillment. And so I'm hoping that she can. My cat Orange he's freaking out. He's going nuts down here. He doesn't know what he's doing. Look at it. You can't really see him. He's like attacking my bag. I don't know what he's doing. I'm working with someone right now who I think can probably make a better mug, I hope. So I'm trashing my own merch. Well, some of the merch, I mean, the shirts are nice. Danny said, people have said the hoodies are really nice, but I don't like the mugs a whole lot. The shirts I have one of the shirts. The shirts are good. It's good quality too. A buff to Mahoras? Yeah, Ben, that's probably not gonna happen. Thank you for the $2 though. I appreciate that. The cat's in the bag. Oh, these guys are gonna start fighting. They're off camera though, but you can kind of see them. They're starting to fight though. You can kind of see him. There they go. There they go. You got scammed. I'm sorry, man. You're like, can we? By the way, we should say that I don't. When we get into the dungeon creation stuff, I don't accept super chats for ideas and stuff. The good ideas need to percolate to the top of their own merit, not based upon like people paying for them. That's like an established rule I have for when we create stuff. The DM Lair dining set, yeah, that'd be awesome. Unspeakable things. Yeah, Dito, I just said that. Yep. Soup or chat? Oh, dude, a good soup would be good right now. I'm not gonna lie. Thien is literally wearing the hoodie right now. Cool. Thien says the hoodies are 10 out of 10. That's awesome, man. A high level 3-room dungeon. Interesting. Yeah, Deceiver. It has to be short. It has to be something that we can create in 2 hours. So that means that it has to be just a couple rooms. It's like a one shot. We'll call it a one shot. It's not like a full, like, crazy dungeon. It goes on and on, you know. Will the dungeon be based around a monster? So I think what I'm probably gonna do once we get to the dungeon. My chair kind of gonna break on me one of these streams. I think we're probably going to brainstorm ideas for a dungeon, and you'll have to pitch ideas to me is basically what it's going to do. Like when we get to the brainstorm, we're not doing it now, don't start now, but when we get to the dungeon creation is in the second half of the stream. So usually what I do is about an hour or 2 hours of just answering questions, and so far there aren't really any questions, so I'm not really answering any questions. I'm just like shooting the crap right now. But usually what I do is like I do an hour or two, almost always it's 2 hours of Q&A, and then the second half of the stream we do 2 hours where we create something. And tonight we're creating a dungeon, so we're not starting that till later. Do you like to keep monsters similar within dungeons? North Star, that's a hard one, dude, because there's like a balance to having a dungeon with a theme, and then there is, you know, variety. So you want to have just enough of a certain type of monsters to make a theme, but if you have too many, then they get repetitious and boring. So a classic example, if you get Tales from the Yawning Portal and look at Against the Giants, there is a little bit of variety, but there's an overwhelming amount of giants, just giants and giants and giants and giants and giants and giants and giants. And the part of the problem too is that giants are just big meat sacks. They're big sacks of hit points and they do damage. Giants are pretty uninteresting. They're pretty boring as monsters go. So I spice mine up. I make them do special stuff. But the point is that if you have too many of the same monster in a dungeon, it gets boring. Yes, okay, you can make variants. Okay, this giant's a melee guy. This one is an archer or a rock thrower. This one's a sorcerer. This one's a cleric. That helps. That definitely helps. But there's still a lot to be said about variety. You know, have some other creatures in that dungeon. Have it make sense. Have it be there a reason there's those creatures in there. But variety is good. That's one of the things I like about Dungeon of the Mad Mage, in all honesty. You have pretty big levels, and each little section has a theme, a little bit of a theme. But there's a wide variety of creatures in the level, and it kind of makes sense. It explains why they're there, and a lot of times these creatures are kind of at odds with each other, and so it presents an opportunity for the players to perhaps make allies with one of them, you know, and then go fight the other ones on behalf of these ones, and then get a reward or something, you know. So there's a lot of cool stuff in that sort of thing. Blue Bob Man says, I'll pay you $100 if the chair breaks. You know, I think this chair, how much did this chair cost me? It was at least $100. Not that you have to replace my chair, Blue Bob Man, but I'm just trying to think about how much it cost. I think it might have been 150 or 200. It was between 100 and 200. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'll go with that. What is one magic item you don't like at all? Cloak of Displacement sucks. Hate it. Cloak of Displacement is a flaming pile of garbage, Austin. Never use it in your games. It's horrible. Ask Dalinor. He'll say it's a good. He'll say he likes it. What's my preferred restaurant? There is a barbecue place near where I live called Finley's, and it's barbecue, man. Oh, it's so good. I'm afraid for it though, because they don't get like a lot of customers, and I'm afraid they're gonna go out of business, and then I'm not gonna have. There was a, what was the name of that? There was a national barbecue chain. I forget the name of it. It's a national barbecue chain, and it was absolutely delicious. And then it went out of business because not enough people went to the branch or whatever you want to call them in where I live, and my wife and I were devastated. That was our barbecue place. We loved the barbecue. Oh, it was so good. Oh, it was so good. I wish I could remember the name of it. Ben Richard says, should I buy Yawning Portal or Waterdale? I'm not sure what Waterdale is. I've not heard of that book before. Hi Denki says, I want to make an empty, abandoned dungeon with just few but strong enemies. How do I keep the dungeon interesting when having just few enemies? Exploration themes, dude. Like, you know, there are three pillars to a D&D adventure. There's encounters, which are usually battles and stuff, you know. Let's say combat. There's combat. Yeah, I'm sorry. There's combat, there's social interactions, and then there's exploration. Those are the three pillars of an adventure. So combat is probably your enemies, but it could be social interaction for those enemies. You know, there might be people in that dungeon or whatever that aren't hostile that the people could talk to and make arrangements with, get information from or something, you know. And then there's exploration. There are abandoned parts of the dungeon. Well, there might be cool loot. There might be puzzles. There might be traps. There might be secret places that they can uncover, you know, that will bypass a section of the dungeon or something. I don't know, you know, so that's, you include those different elements into a dungeon. And then you can make a dungeon that is sparsely populated be interesting. And in all honesty, you really should not. You should not ever just cram a dungeon full of combat after combat after combat after combat. My cats are going nuts because it gets old. It gets boring. I have an way older video. I have a video on my channel. It's probably about 2 years old. And it's about modulating tension. And it's a good concept where you want there to be tense moments where things are super exciting and combat, and you're just like, ah, you know, but then you need to relax. You need moments of where you're not in combat. You can relax and, you know, and explore a little bit or something, or talk to people, have some of your social interaction. That's an idea of tension, high stakes, low tension, low stakes, and this modulating tension, you know, and that. So sometimes, if you might notice this, if you have a game that's full of tons and tons and tons of combat, what you'll notice is players start to artificially create moments of downtime where they can get a break from the combat. A lot of times it has nothing to do with the game. They'll have out of game talk, you know, they'll joke about a movie, or they'll talk with each other about bullcrap or something. I don't know. But if your game is too full of the tension, players will subconsciously, they probably don't even know they're doing it. They just know they need a break from constant combat. They will introduce downtime into the combat intense adventure, you know. So that's just like a, I don't know if it's a game design concept or it's running the game, but it's a concept out there, you know. And the combats are going to be a bajillion times more interesting when you have things that happen between the combats. If all you ever have is combats, it gets old after a while. So there needs to be other stuff. Stanley says, how much puzzles, traps, no combat events should I put in dungeons? At least like I'd say 1-for-1 at least, dude. At least. You know, have there be at least a 1-for-1 balance. So, but remember, an encounter doesn't have to be combat. Players usually make it combat, but it doesn't have to be combat, you know. But I'd say at least a 1-for-1 balance. And for sure, make sure that in every adventure I make, I don't know if we're gonna be able to do it tonight because this is a one shot and it's gonna be very short. But when I make a normal adventure, I usually try to think, okay, you know, do I have a trap? Do I have some sort of puzzle type thing? Maybe not a puzzle because I don't like puzzles a whole lot. But are there secret doors? Is there something to explore? You know, if they poke around, are they going to be able to find something? You know, is there cool loot or treasure? Is there somebody to talk to? Is there a social interaction? I intentionally put people or creatures into my dungeons that are not meant to be fought. Like kobold slaves that are the cooks, you know, and they're just these pathetic weaklings and they cower in fear. Players aren't going to kill them. They're going to talk to them, and they're probably going to be nice to them, and they're probably going to get information out of them about the bad guys. And the kobolds are going to help them, you know, because, oh my gosh, these people are being nice to us for once, and they don't want to kill us. And they're not yelling at us like the orcs do, you know? And so, or there could be prisoners that the monsters have captured. There's a variety of things, you know, you can put in your dungeon for players to talk to. That way, because dungeons can have that stuff in them, you know, and you can have all of those game elements present in a dungeon, and that makes it more fun for your players than if like everything is just combat. Like, I'm pretty sure I've had dungeon masters where everything is combat and everything's combat. But you know, the interesting thing is that I love combat. I love tactical combat as a player, so I'm kind of okay with that as a player, you know. But as a dungeon master, I don't do that because it's not about me; it's about my players and what they like. Okay, Sean, no, you did not miss the Prince of the Apocalypse rant. I have not given that rant tonight. Have I ever made a puzzle themed boss in a dungeon a gimmick? I don't think so. I don't think I've done that. I can't remember offhand. Dean says they aren't going to kill. You say they aren't going to kill them. My players keep trying to kill the goblin slave that was trying to hide from them. Well, I can't control your players, dude. I'm just saying, a lot of my players don't. Well, the thing is when I have like things like goblin slaves, I introduce them as pathetic and weak, and I give them little funny voices. Oh, please don't hurt us. Whatever you do, please don't hurt us. No. And I'll just role play them like that. And my players are like, even the toughest players will just be like, oh, it's okay. We're not going to hurt you. We're not going to hurt you. It works almost every time. Like, I've almost never had players that when I present some sort of like creature as pathetic and weak and cowering and pitiful, they just kill them. Sorry. There's the coffee cam. Who's requesting the coffee cam? Somebody requested the coffee cam. Okay, there's the coffee cam. How's that? How am I doing? I still got some in there. I'm about half full. About half full. JJ Finn says your players would murder them on the spot. That's awesome. Oh, nice. Hey, Danny's in the house. Danny, I thought you were busy tonight. Hey, you know what? Danny, I plugged the merch too. I just want you to know. I did a really Ask Dean. You guys, chat. Did I or did I not do a great job plugging the merch? Let Danny know that I did a good job. You know, back me up here. Give me a solid. I did a great job plugging the merch. I know I did a good job. Penguin Butt just bought a hoodie. Cool. Yeah, the hoodies look sweet. You got the one that said I've been a dungeon master since high school in the back of it? Witherlord says, what are your opinions on Pathfinder? So Pathfinder is essentially Dungeons & Dragons 3.5. Only they kept expanding upon it. I liked 3.5. I like the game mechanics of 3.5. And so I'm perfectly fine with Pathfinder. I like Pathfinder too. I haven't played Pathfinder. I played Pathfinder about 3 times. So I don't know all of the ins and outs of it, you know. But the game mechanics of 3.5, I liked them. I still like them, you know. So I don't. Yeah, it's good. I like it. It's more rule intensive. It's more complicated, and honestly, Pathfinder and 3.5 for that matter, because of all the splat books, there's so many. My understanding is there are lots of broken combinations and stuff. You know. Stanley, we're gonna make a one shot tonight. It's gonna be a short one shot. We got to get it done tonight. Ruben says, how do you set up battle maps? Like it depends, dude. I mean, if they're just in like a normal room or something, then there's going to be furniture, a bed, a dresser or something in there. You know, there's nothing fancy about a battle map, you know. If it's in a different location, like a swamp, you might have fallen logs. You could have like bogs, parts of water. There might be bushes where they could hide behind and get some cover. You obviously got the tree trunks and stuff, you know, so out in terrain, you have different things. If they're in a cave system, you might have stalagmites, stalactites and stuff like that. There might be a crevasse that like goes down into like who knows where, and the enemies or the characters could try to push each other into them, you know? So it really depends on what the setting is, dude. And then I always try, it's always a good idea to have terrain in your battle map, you know? Things that players can interact with, things that players can hide behind that they can use. A big open room with nothing in it generally tends to be boring. And honestly, if you can put the furniture or those objects on your map, even if it's just drawing them out, that helps, because when you're in the middle of a combat, you forget what you don't see if it's not there on the map. So I do recommend like drawing that crap out. I'm probably guilty of not always doing that, you know, but it's definitely a good practice. Saw something from Sarah. What up, Sarah? How you doing? Sarah says my DM Lair t-shirt finally arrived in the mail. Cool. 2 months ago. Oh man, Teespring is messed up. They're really slow. Well, I'm glad you got it. Hope you're liking it. Unspeakable things. How do I introduce a big bad to my game? Well, it depends on who you ask. many people will tell you, well, let me phrase that in a less aggressive tone. There are a couple different ways to do it that come to my mind right off the bat. One option is to introduce your big bad early on in the campaign, you know, and let your players see how evil your big bad is, and then proceed to watch your players think that, oh, the dungeon master put him here, I guess it's time for us to fight him. And then your big bad whoops the crap out of them, but has a convenient reason not to kill them. Okay? So if you could do that, that's one way to do it. You want to try to pull that off so it doesn't feel like it's contrived, so it doesn't feel like it's a plot device where, oh, the dungeon master wanted to introduce us to the big bad, but he didn't want us to kill him. Okay, so like if you could do that without it feeling like contrived and obvious, then yes, that could be very cool, you know. But your players will almost always try to fight him or her or it or whatever the crap it is. Guarantee you they're going to try to fight it. It doesn't matter how ominous and horrible and powerful it seems. Like, they're probably going to try to fight it. That's just what they tend to do, you know? So you got to know what you're going to do when they try to fight it, you know? Now, in Curse of Strahd, that is the method that is recommended in the module, to have Strahd encounter the players early on and often throughout the module. That is recommended. And so, you know, I'm probably going to be attempting to do that, you know, and I hope my players are smart enough to understand that it's not yet time to fight Strahd. And if they don't, then, well, here's the thing. Actually, here's the thing. The module actually says that Strahd, his motivation is he likes to toy with adventurers and he likes to test them. And spoilers, I should say spoilers. He's trying to probe them and see how powerful they are, to see if anybody's actually worthy of replacing him as like the ruler of Barovia. So he actually has a motivation to go in, meet them, maybe provoke them, maybe even get into a scuffle with them, but not kill them, because he's toying with them and he enjoys invoking fear in them. Okay, so that if you have that sort of logic and reasoning and motivation, it can be very, very cool to introduce your big bad early on, and often perhaps to your players. But you just got to have a plan. You got to think it through, you know, kind of how the writers of Curse of Strahd did, you know. Oh, my phone's going off. So, Penguin Butt, how dare you, Penguin Butt? Penguin Butt is telling Danny that I was mean to the mug. I was not mean to the mug. You guys are going to get me in trouble with Danny. You guys don't do that to me. Hey, Master of the Game, what up, dude? How you doing? Hey, Master of the Game, are you guys streaming tonight? Are you guys playing a game or something tonight? The poor bug. Hey, Luke. Thanks to you for the super chat. I appreciate that. Luke says, I'm trying to create my first campaign, struggling with creating stats for my big bad. How would you do it? Honestly, the easiest way, dude, to create stats for a big bad is find an existing stat block. Okay, so you said your first campaign? Okay, creating stat blocks from scratch is like hard, in my opinion. Like I did a stream a while ago, like a year ago, where we tried to create stats from scratch, and like my brain broke down. We did three custom monsters that night, and the middle one, my brain broke down, and I was just like, I can't do this. So I'm gonna be the first one to tell you that creating monster stat blocks from scratch is challenging. There are rules in it for it in the Dungeon Master Guide, and I think they're actually online. You know what? There's an online site that somebody shared with me a while ago. They can help you create stat blocks and challenge ratings. Hold on a second. I have not used this. Somebody shared it with me. We're gonna look at it right now, dude. Check this out. So this right here, I'm gonna copy this into the chat. I have not played around with this, you guys. I have just 100%. Like, somebody shared it with me and I was like, oh, okay, cool, I'll bookmark this. But this right here supposedly has a way for you to create your own monsters and stuff. And I think it does all the calculations for this challenge rating and stuff. But Luke, you can play around with this. I'm not gonna do this now, but you can play around with that and see if that helps you. But my real advice, dude, is find a stat block in the Monster Manual or Volo's Guide or Mordenkainen's Tome of Foes that is close enough to what you want. Use that as your base and then tweak it a little bit. Now, let's pretend you take a big bad stat block from a demon, okay? Well, your big bad doesn't have to be a demon. It could easily be a giant, or it could be anything. It doesn't matter. You're just taking the stat block. You can describe that creature as being whatever you want, looking however you want. You could take the stat block for a huge creature and make it a small creature or a medium creature. It doesn't really matter, okay? So that's my biggest advice. Take something that exists, tweak it a little bit, you know? Okay, my phone was going off because I missed. Did Master of the Game respond? Did he say that if they were streaming tonight? Oh, you're gonna be painting? Oh, okay, you're gonna be painting on YouTube, right? You guys do it on YouTube, right? Thien, I have not read The Village of Crest quite yet. I haven't read it. I haven't read that one yet. I cannot speak. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. Let's take a pause for a moment here. Yeah, sorry, buddy. Emerald, see you later. Thanks for hanging. Thanks for stopping by, dude. Yeah, Master of the Game. So okay, so I'm gonna talk about that. Master of the Game says, yeah, we stream to YouTube. We just have not felt like Twitch was good for us. I'm gonna do something real quick and I'll come back to that. I have a thought about that. What am I doing? Yeah, all right, we're gonna take a quick break here to thank all of our awesome patrons and members who support the channel, support the content I create, and are just generally awesome. So lots of names on this stream, on this screen here. In particular, I want to read off shout outs to the ones in red. These are the ones that give at a higher level, and I really appreciate it. I appreciate all these guys. Zub the Zombie, I'm going backwards, by the way. Zub the Zombie, Yokai, Ver, Theta Tag, Thien, Tactical Tokens, Son of a Sofa Man, Sophia W, Rainier the Conqueror, Pebcock Error, Patrick C, Nathan, Mr. T, Mr. Lemon Pie, Mirador, Meepy670, Malkuth, Kurt Y, Joseph H, Joe Doe, 1025, Joe M, Iron Lord 79, Celestea, Clammed Oyster, Candy Sora, Bewitched Gamer, Boban, and Artemis Themp. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate the awesomeness. All right, cool. So Master of the Game, so what I found, dude, is Twitch has abysmal discoverability. So like if you just stream on Twitch, people who don't know you probably are never gonna find you. You have to build an audience on a platform like YouTube, and then you have to tell them about Twitch so that they learn about Twitch. And then your followers and stuff on Twitch will grow, and people will know that you're even on Twitch, because otherwise people will not know you're on Twitch, you know. So that's the trick to it. So if you want to grow on Twitch, you basically have to grow on YouTube, which is probably the best place to get discovered, you know. And then you have to like tell those people that you stream on Twitch, you know. I actually like Twitch better as a streaming platform. I enjoy Twitch better as a streaming platform than YouTube for various reasons. But here we are. Actually, Mondays and Wednesdays I am on Twitch. I do same time, 6 p.m. Mondays and Wednesdays I'm on Twitch. You guys probably know that because I've been saying that in all my recent videos. Like, yeah, Luke, we know. Shut up. All right, let's find some questions here. Yakumo says, when you mentioned adapting monsters for a big bad, how do you go about finding a suitable stat block? I literally go grab the book and I start thumbing through it, dude. I start looking through it until I find something I like. There's no shortcut. There's no like, I don't have any tricks for you. Look at these guys. It's just cold hard work, man. You look through it until you find something you like that inspires you. Usually it's something that inspires me and I'm just like, oh yeah. I had Lord Paxton was my, you guys, Lord Paxton was my big bad for my Sword Coast Guard campaign. And my players had been learning about Lord Paxton for like 2 years in the game. 2 years in the game. I had no idea what stat block I was going to use for Lord Paxton. I had no idea. I didn't care. It didn't matter to my game what stat block I used for Lord Paxton. I didn't decide the stat blocks that I was going to use for Lord Paxton until the day before the final battle with him. I crap you not, you guys. It didn't matter to me. I didn't care. I knew who Lord Paxton was. I knew what he was doing. I knew what his motivations were. I knew the information that I would feed to my players to kind of make them start being like, oh, what is this guy? Who is this guy? But I didn't determine any specifics until like the day before. Because it didn't matter. It didn't affect anything. Shia, what up? My favorite encounter builder, I'll just link it to you real quick. This is the one I use. This is the one we'll be using tonight, too, for that matter. This is the encounter builder I use. It literally is just fields. Oh, I can probably show it on the screen, too. It literally is just fields where you put numbers in and it calculates the difficulty. Because I handpick my monsters out of the books. Like, I don't really do random encounter generators and crap. I handpick stuff. And then I just put the numbers in here. However, oh my gosh, you guys. This is amazing. You guys, D&D Beyond now has an encounter builder. So if you have access, if you've unlocked all this crap, which I paid a lot of money to unlock everything, but you can build your own encounter in here. You can build it calculates everything. You can look up monsters. Like I could say Hill Giant. Okay, there's my Hill Giant. And I'm gonna add Hill Giant to the encounter. And now there's 2 Hill Giants. Okay, and then let me see. I don't know. I'm not gonna do it all right now, but I can do stuff like there's a place to put Okay, here's my number of players. So I have 5 players, party level 5. I could change this and I can make there be 4 players. And let's say that they're level 3, you know? And then it's gonna tell me this is deadly, you know? So this is, you guys, I saw this the other day and I was just like, ah! Rusty Dynamo says D&D is too expensive. Change my mind. I cannot change your mind. You are very accurate. But I'll tell you what, you get what you pay for, man. So if you want to like, you know, I don't know. I'm not gonna sell it to you, dude. I'm not, they don't sponsor my crap. I'm not gonna sell it to you. And even if they did sponsor my crap, I would still tell you the truth. It's but expensive. Like there is no way around that. But it's a very good tool. So if you can afford it, it is very good. Redwind says he uses the encounter builder every session. The one on D&D Beyond? If it's any better than... Well, the thing with Kobold Fight Club is that it can generate random encounters. I don't know if D&D Beyonds can generate random encounters. Kobold Fight Club is good for a pinch when you need a random encounter really quick. Yes. Yeah, I agree. In D&D Beyond, if you can afford it, it's worth it. If you can afford it. That's the big thing. But who can afford to pay $600 to get all the content unlocked with, you know, a second time when you've bought the books already? And yeah, I know you're paying for the tool. I get it. I understand. And I get that they're a separate company. I get it. It makes sense to me from a business perspective. But there's still the psychological impediment that many people have that they feel like they're buying the same thing twice. And that is this, it's not true, but it is a psychological impediment, and that's what many people cite. And so that's an impediment that, you know, their business model has to confront, I suppose you could say. But it's a good tool for sure. Have your players chip in. Mauricio, you could do that. Here's the thing, Mauricio, like if I were to tell my players to chip in for D&D Beyond, like I don't have, like, okay, and then when one player is misbehaving and I kick him out of the game, or another player leaves and goes somewhere else, you know what I mean? Like, he paid for part of D&D Beyond, you know what I mean? Like, how does that work? Am I gonna, like, give him my password and stuff to share the account with him? You know what I mean? It's like, that gets dirty, you know what I mean? Like, dirty. It gets messy, I should say. It gets messy, it can get messy fast, you know? It's kind of like if you like, have roommates and you have 4 roommates and you all decide to buy a house together. You buy a house and then one of them decides to move out. how does that work? You know, does he get a piece of the house? Does he, you know, it gets messy. Obviously the house is probably a worse example, an exaggerated example of how that works, but I don't know. Eberron. See, I have been reading Eberron, the Eberron book, and it is good. You guys, the Eberron setting is getting me excited. Now, every time I get done reading a little bit of the Eberron setting, I'm like thinking in my mind, I'm just like, okay, which one of my groups can I transform over to Eberron? Which one of my groups can I turn into an Eberron game? And how do I get them to Eberron? Do I trick them to go to Eberron? Do I make it a quest? How can I get them to go to Eberron? Like, I'm getting really excited about Eberron. No, Nixon, it's not $600 a year. You have to buy all the books up front. All of the content on D&D Beyond, it's like an a la carte thing. If you want the Dungeon Master Guide, you got to buy it. If you want Morning Cadence to Foes, you got to buy it. You buy them individually, just like you would buy the separate books. They do have bundle packages, you know, but you have to buy the content once and you unlock it forever. And then there is a subscription too. I pay like about, I want to say $6 or $10 a month for my subscription to be able to share my content with my players. Thomas says, my player has a +5 on intimidation and persuasion. Should he be able to roll against the same enemy? I think he'll abuse it. You mean the same check? Should he be able to roll the same check? So he goes up to the enemy and he's like, hey, you know, I think that you should let us through the gates because we're really famous adventurers and blah, 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 blah. And then he's like, no, I don't buy that. And then he's like, you're going to let us through or we're going to slit your throat. You know, I feel like that's worthy of 2 checks, you know, because he first tried the honey approach, you know, and then when he was denied, he's like, okay, here's the stick, buddy. So could he abuse it? Maybe, but be reasonable about it too. You know, if you have guards, it's not that easy to convince them to let you through the gates through persuasion or intimidation. You might be able to bribe them though. That might get you through a little bit easier. But if you persuade them, they're going to be like, no, I got a job to do. If you intimidate them, they're going to be like, oh, you're a troublemaker. You know, I'm going to alert the rest of the guards. Or maybe I'll let you through, but I'll put a tail on you, and then I'll alert the rest of the guards, and then we will come on force to get you. You know what I mean? So, like, I don't think I see a big problem there, you know? I would go with it, you know? But honestly, persuasion and intimidation at a +5, like, almost anybody who's a bard or somebody with a high charisma is going to end up in that boat, you know? So, I don't know. I don't think I see too big of a problem with it, dude. Sean says roommates suck. Cats are better than people. Security camera says, security camera 112 says regarding the roommates buying a house, I think. Did that. Contract law is we would have to take out a mortgage and pay them their share. Yeah. Uh-huh. You have to pay them back their share of the value of the house or something. Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. It's a big fat messy. It's kind of like the legality, the legal troubles you can get into, you know, anytime you buy a house with somebody that you're not like married to or something, you know, when the relationship ends or the friendship ends, you can find yourself in a big mess, you know? Yakumo says, question, it's been 45 minutes. Can we get the Princes of the Apocalypse rant, please? I gave that rant in my video this week. Like my video about D&D modules, I gave that rant. I didn't explicitly say that it was Prince. I don't think I explicitly said that it was Princes of the Apocalypse, but I talked about it. Okay, the essence of the Princes of the Apocalypse rant is that it's really stupid dungeon design. It's like brain dead, dumb dungeon design. Like, why would you do this? Can you think of any way in the world that this would actually work? First level of a dungeon is a level 4 dungeon. Next level below it, you just take stairs down. You literally take stairs down and it's a level 8 dungeon. And then you take stairs down and it becomes a level 12 dungeon. Like, in what world does a level 4 to a level 8 to a level 12 work? Like, what were you smoking when you designed that dungeon? And then online, you're going to read about this and people will be like, well, there's workarounds. There are things you do to make sure that blah, 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 blah. It's like, you shouldn't have to. They should have thought that this is a bad way to design a dungeon. It's bad. My players got so frustrated with that. They were just like, Luke, just tell us how to play the module. We're tired of this. We're tired of getting in and over our heads. We don't know what to do. Just tell us where to go. And I was like, okay, guys, there are four dungeons. Do one level here, one level here, one level here, one level here. Then go back to the first dungeon. Go to the second level, and then the second level, and then the second level, then the second level. Then go back to the first dungeon. And you keep just going. Now, we actually stopped playing Prince of the Apocalypse. We actually decided we didn't like it a whole lot. And we went back to my homebrew crap. But yeah, that's the rant. Yes, Ninja Theory. Princess is supposed to, is like the 5th edition version of Temple of Elemental Evil. That's correct. It's very messy. It's insanely messy. Great Aunt Elizabeth says rant hook successfully deployed. Sky Rexatron says they were smoking, yes. Rusty Fish says I'm really bad at remembering to describe things like areas and attacks. How can I remember myself mid-game? I don't know, dude. Memory, like, tie something to your finger, have a sticky note on your head or something, have stuff in front of you. I have no idea, dude. There are probably lots of different ways you can remember to do that stuff. I don't know. We could do a Google search of memory mnemonic devices or something. How to remind yourself to do stuff. I don't know. You could have your phone go off every so often to remind you to do stuff. You know, I don't know. There are probably lots of different ways you could do that, man. Once it becomes a habit, though, then it, you know. What you could do is you could have a little index card with you that reminds you of the different things that you don't remember to do or that you do poorly and that you're trying to work on. And then every so often you just kind of get into the habit of looking down at your card during the game. Oh, that's right. I'm supposed to do that, you know? Oh, really? Melchior says some of the stream elements bots 2-part messages are being sent in reverse order. That's awesome. Oh. I'll try to remember to fit. Hey, Daniel, are you still here? Can you send me a message on Discord reminding me to fix that for the bots if you're still here? Or maybe one of my other moderators can just remind me in our moderator chat or something. I'll forget otherwise. Samuel, yeah, there are probably apps for reminding to do things. There probably are. Martin Paz says, how do you present false information without making it feel like you are just pulling the rug out from underneath your players? I don't know why it would feel that way. I give my players false information from time to time. Not all the time, though. It's rare. It's actually... I like to be liberal with information. And when my players get information, it's usually accurate information. I don't like to withhold information from them. I feel like things are more fun when they have the information. So I occasionally will give them false leads and stuff or false information. But sometimes it's because they rolled poorly, but then of course there's metagaming and they'll know that it's wrong because they rolled poorly. But I don't often give them false information. And if I do, it's going to be seldom, and it's going to have a specific purpose. It might be part of a plot or a villain's plot or something to deceive them or something, you know, but I wouldn't do it a whole lot. If you're constantly giving your players false information and they catch on to it, then they're just not going to believe anything you tell them, and they're going to just disbelieve it. It's the same problem with having NPCs that always betray the party. It's like once you do it a couple times, then your players will never trust an NPC ever again. So you can only pull that card once in a great while. Otherwise, they're going to be like, nope, that NPC is going to betray us. Ugh, chop his head off, you know? So you gotta be careful with that stuff. You got to do it just every so often. Otherwise, your players are going to be like, nope, we don't trust you. And then you can't do that stuff anymore. What are your thoughts about the upcoming Baldur's Gate game? I'm not aware of it. I live in a hole. I am on an information diet. I do not consume information unless it is pertinent to something that I'm about to do. Like, if something is going on in the world that is important enough for me to know about, I will hear about it via Twitter, via some method. I'll figure out that, oh, something important happened in the world. Okay. You know, or, oh, there's a module coming out or a game coming out or something. Yeah. I am on an information diet. Information clogs up your brain and your time. If it's not directly pertinent to something that's going on in my life right now, I don't need to know about it. Dito says he's a bit strange for the new people. Okay, so Dito, I feel like my MO is not being boring and lame. I hope. Like, you know, you probably don't watch my videos to just hear somebody go on in a monotonous voice. Let's just talk about Dungeons and Dragons NPCs today. Well, you know, the first important thing about running a successful, you know, yeah, I'm a bit strange. It's good, dude. The world needs strange. Renwin, you're excited about the game? Oh, the Baldur's Gate game? Wait, are they doing like a Baldur's Gate 3 or something? Is that what they're doing? Because they had a 1 and a 2. I have them. They're like right there on my shelf. Are they doing like a Baldur's Gate 3? Is that what it is? Hey Fred, what up? Fred says 1 false lead for every 5 to 10 leads. Yeah, I mean, that's not bad. Sure. How do you keep your players from metagaming? You really can't, Overlord Rocks. If players metagame, they're going to metagame. I used to read the Angry DM or the Angry Game Master. Angry, I don't know what the heck he's called. Years ago, I used to read his stuff. And there was one article I remember reading from Angry where he went on for about 20,000 words of introduction and cartoon swears before he finally said, if metagaming is breaking your game, then it's your fault, Dungeon Master. And I think there's an element of truth to that. You know, if metagaming is breaking your game, then it might be your fault. It might be. But if it's because you're running a module and your players are reading the module, then that's not your fault. That's you have bad players who are cheating, and you should probably get new players. But I don't think there's a problem with a little bit of metagaming. I did a video on metagaming, dude. I have an entire video on my channel about metagaming, and there's actually some metagaming that is desirable for the game, and that if you don't have it, the game kind of falls apart. For instance, one metagaming element that you need in the game is where your players believe, for the most part, whatever adventure you present to them, they're capable of overcoming. That's metagaming. They know it's a game, and they believe that most things that they come across they're capable of overcoming. If they didn't metagame and they purely came to everything wondering, is this way above our pay scale, or is this easy, or is this doable? If they were always tentative about every single adventure, do you know how slow and boring the game would get? Where they're always like, I don't know if we should take that mission, you guys. That could be very dangerous. Maybe we should find something easier where we're not going to die. You know, so there's some elements of metagaming that are desirable. There are other elements that aren't. You know, the ones that aren't, you know, it shouldn't be. Yeah, okay, they run across the troll. Everybody wants to use fire on them. It's metagaming. Okay, great. You know, is it a big deal? Well, you know, If you know they're going to do it because everybody knows about trolls, then don't use trolls or change your trolls a little bit. I'm deploying a monster in a game session that is going to have regenerative abilities. And guess what? In the stat block, it says that fire or acid, it's not a troll, it's something else. It says fire or acid will stop it from regenerating. And I'm like, that's bullcrap. I'm not going to use that. I'm going to have something else that will prevent it from regenerating. Because once my players see that it's regenerating, they're almost always going to try fire. And I just know that. And so I'm going to tweak it a little bit. You know. I have coffee. Look, it's right there. Mont Pen, I have coffee. Barking Cricket, thank you, sir, for the $2 super chat. Sculpting Larry, what's on his chain? What do you mean? What's on Larry's chain? I don't know. He doesn't. I don't know. You have to. You can't really see it. It looks like a key. I think it's a key. I think it's a key, dude. I'm pretty sure. You could just Google Dungeon Master and then look at images, and I'm pretty sure you're gonna find that image. I'm looking for it right now. Yeah. Yeah, it's a key, dude. Let me make sure I can share this page. It looks good. Yeah. Just Google Dungeon Master and go to the images tab and you'll find it. It's a key. Because the Dungeon Master has the key to the whole game or something. I think that's the idea they're trying to do there. Rusty Dynamo, what up? Mason K, hello. Manti Corker says, have you ever tried a duet D&D? One player, one DM. Do you have any tips on running a game that style? I have done that. I did that back in high school. One of my friends, Dane Barnes, and he and I played for half a year, maybe that way. Maybe it was a year. I don't know. It was enough, and I have no recollection of it besides that we played. That's all I remember. Then I also played with I ran D&D for my daughter for a while. I think my daughter and I played for about a year or so, a year and a half maybe, of D&D together, and it was just her and me. And she ran 2 PCs, I ran 2 PCs, and they gave her a full party, and that's how we did that. You don't have to do it that way. In fact, I probably would. I mean, you could do that. You know, yeah, it's a DMPC. It is. Okay, so shoot me. But I don't do that now, but it helped make up for the lack of party members. She could just run 2. Maybe she has a hireling or something. You know, maybe you have a stat block for it. You could just do it with 1 player with 1 PC, and then you just build the game around that 1 player. You just adjust things for 1 player. That's all you really do. You have to keep I mean, if the 1 player is a wizard, then you're gonna heavily adjust things because, you know, she's a wizard. Or you could say, hey, do you want to have some hirelings? Maybe you have a fighter hireling. If she has just 1 hireling with a fighter or something that can be a frontliner and keep enemies off from her, then I think that would kind of work, you know? If you're playing duet, or just a DM and a 1 player with somebody who's like a fighter or a barbarian, well, then they probably don't need anybody to help them. They can go on their own adventures, you know? So, I don't know. There's some different ideas for you. Hey, Jason. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Overlord Rock says, not D&D related, but who made your overlays and transition screen? I made them all. I made all of these things. The mask on my videos, there's a little mask over it that gives it that jagged edge. I got that off from the Alpha Gaming channel. He is a YouTuber who does a lot of like live stream videos and stuff. So he provides that mask for people to use. So that I took from him. I do have, I'm going to change something really quick for you. I do have this right here. This is my Twitch rotating banner. This is what I use on Twitch. I don't use this on YouTube. And these are my Twitch things. But these I also got from Alpha Gaming. So those things I took from him. And well, I didn't take them. He lets everybody use them. Anybody who wants to, he makes them available for you. Everything else I did myself. And the transition's not even, the transition's just like a fade. That's all it is. It's actually Croczilla. Hey, what up? How you doing? Yes, Alpha Gaming is a great streaming YouTuber. I love Alpha Gaming. I'm subbed to him on Twitch. Like, yeah, I like Alpha Gaming. He's cool. Yeah, Stream Element. Well, Stream Elements did it right this time. It did it right this time. It actually put them. Oh nope, no, it didn't. It did it backwards up there. I see it. I see where it did it backwards. Marzipan Cross. Hey, it's okay. You're late. You're here. That's what mattered. Hey, Tashio, what up, dude? Martin Pat says, do you think it's necessary to have some grand big bad planned out from the beginning? Because I have 3 potential groups and I'm not sure which to use. 3 potential. No, I don't think it is. Not from the beginning. You don't have to. I have for one of my games, I have no idea who the big bad is gonna be. I have a theme. My cat's running around. I have a theme for the campaign, and it's building toward a certain theme, and there's like an overall like campaign plot line. So I know exactly what's going on. I know the direction. I have all of that planned out, and like the story or the situations and stuff. Or those are all. I know what I'm doing. I have no idea who the big bad is going to be. No idea. No idea. I'll decide eventually. The trick is that it's like a Fae themed campaign, and there aren't a lot of Fae monsters for 5th edition, and so I just haven't come across any high level Fae. I don't think there are any high level Fae. You know that I'll figure it out. I don't know. So the answer to your question is no. You don't have to. Is it helpful? Sure. Sure, it's helpful. I have 2 campaigns that have no big bad, I think. I have three, you guys, 3 of my 4 campaigns, I have no idea who the big bad is. But one of them is an acquisition. 2 of them are Acquisitions Incorporated campaigns. So that's a specific type of campaign. You don't need a big bad. You know, even though one of them has a heavy theme to it. And the other one is my Wonder Panic campaign that I run at work, and yeah, that I put very little effort into that campaign. Let's just say that. So I have no idea who the big bad is. Yeah, Ranwin. Yeah, Ranwin says I don't have a big bad plan either. Story is all written, but no clue why we'll end it. Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's how I am for 3 of my campaigns right now. Shia says, would you be willing to watch Baldur's Gate 3 trailer? Yeah, yeah, sure. I'll watch it later. I can't do it now. I'm streaming. It's copyright infringement if I play that up here. YouTube will flag it. They'll demonetize my video, and then the makers of Baldur's Gate will get all the revenue from the stream. So I can't do that. Akuma 202. Hey, thank you. I'm glad you like my stuff. You want me to say hi, Carlos, in the intern voice? Okay. Are you recording it for your telephone or something? You could record it for your phone, for your like your voicemail answering message on your phone.
Hi, Carlos. How are you doing? It's good to meet you. Thanks for stopping by.
There you go. That was Gary the intern.
Yeah, I'm adorable.
Could a dragon? Hey, Maddie Thing, what up, dude? How you doing? Could a dragon be considered a fae? I mean, no. I don't think so. It's not a fae type. It's a dragon type. The creature type is a dragon. You could say that it's native to the fae plane or the fae wild. You could say that it's native there, but it's not of type fae. Overlord Rock says, what's the difference between Acquisition Incorporated and a typical style campaign? So, this is a dramatic coffee drink. The coffee's cold too. Cold coffee. The difference, dude, is Acquisitions Incorporated is all about. So I have a video about Acquisitions Incorporated. By the way, if you want to watch it, somebody's calling me. Who's calling me? I don't know who that is. Decline. I should have been like, I'm streaming right now. What up? Acquisitions Incorporated is you're part of a franchise, and you basically, there are missions and jobs that come in through the franchise that are meant to further franchise objectives and stuff. And so it's similar to a job board type thing, kind of. I feel like it works way better than that though, because there are certain perks you get as being part of Acquisitions Incorporated franchise. But basically, what I do for Acquisitions Incorporated is I present 3 different options for work, for jobs, for quests, or whatever to my players, and then they pick one of them they want to do, and then the jobs, the contracts will tell them what you get paid, what you have to do, who you report to, etc. You know, and they can go off and do things. And the beautiful thing of what I'm doing for Acquisitions Incorporated for one of my groups right now is I have several modules that I own, and the quests that they get are drawn directly from modules. One came from Ghosts of Salt Marsh, one came from Dungeon of the Mad Mage, and one came from Curse of Strahd. And they picked the one that is the Dungeon of the Mad Mage one is the one they picked to go on. And so that's the one I prepared for them, and that's the one they went on. And I created a special plot hook for it. It wasn't literally, it was the exact dungeon that's in Dungeon of the Mad Mage, but it wasn't, there are no plot hooks for Dungeon of the Mad Mage. So I created one of my own, you know. But basically they were at like level 6, and so I went through the modules and I found 3 adventures that are made for level 6 characters. And I presented them to them with my own fabricated plot hooks, and they chose the one that they went on, you know. And then when they get done with it, they'll get paid. They're gonna get loot in the dungeon as well. But that's basically how I run Acquisitions Incorporated, and I think it's awesome. I think it's wonderful. A normal campaign, you might just have, you know, an overall problem that's happening, and then there are like, you know, quests that they go on. Like let's pretend you have an overlord or something, you know, that needs to be defeated. He's your big bad. Well, let's say that the overlord has 4 lieutenants underneath him. And so the campaign might consist of, you know, defeating each lieutenant and then finally confronting the overlord, you know? So that is like a very rough idea of what a typical campaign might be. But that's just one example, you know, like it doesn't have to be that. It could be, you don't have to have overlord. You don't have to have lieutenants. It could be anything, you know? But that's more of like a traditional way, potentially, of running it. Nixon says Luke just hung up on a Saudi prince who has a special $1 million deal for him. If he just sends him $100 American through his bank account. Oh my gosh, you guys. Oh, I do those deals all the time, man. And I don't understand it. I never get the money they promise me. It's so frustrating. I'm going to keep on doing it though, because eventually I'm going to send $1,000 to South Africa or Somalia or, you know, somewhere. And eventually they're going to give me the $100 million that they promised me. I'm just going to keep on doing it, you know, because I have faith in humanity, you know, and eventually that's going to come around and it's going to work out. So in the meantime, I'm going to get some more coffee. I'll be right back. Squeaky, what is your problem? Hold on. I'm gonna click a button. My cat Squeaky is following me. He's like following me around. Squeaky! Here he comes. He's like, human! 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 I need attention! Give me attention! I need a coffee sponsor? Yeah, a coffee sponsor would be great, man. Why? Oh, Orange! You guys, Orange is here. Hey, should I give them some food? Should I do a cat strike? You want to do a cat strike? Yes, he's my familiar. Let's do a cat strike. Hold on a second. I gotta get the box. All right, we're gonna do a cat strike. For anybody who is new to a stream, I'm gonna introduce you to a time-honored tradition. So this right here is the cat strike. Temptations mix-ups. It has a crunchy outside and a soft inside. It's delicious. My cats love these things. Usually what I do, hey, Akumas, thank you, sir, for $2 cat sticker. So I usually try to put some of these into the box because it's hilarious what they do. Watch this. Mommy. Oh, this is Mommy Cat. Mommy Cat. These guys don't get along super well, so we're gonna see what happens here. Well, Mommy Cat likes that. Oh, hey, look at, there's little guy. There's little guy. That's a tortellini. No, that's ravioli. That's ravioli. These guys don't get along too well. The ones with collars are newly introduced inside, and they don't get along too well with the big fat ones. So he's gonna pout. Dude, who's calling me now? It's the same person. Leave a message. What part of the first... I don't even know who that number that is. I need to leave a message. Yeah. Little guy. Little guy. His name is Ravioli, but I call him Little Guy. Hey, Dr. Tiefling, what up? Yeah, you got here at the perfect time. I'm gonna throw some of these over to Little Guy since he can't get closer. There. He's not even eating them. He's not even going after them, man. ABCD, anywhere 12-year-olds excited about D&D can play D&D safely. I have a Discord server, ABCD. And you can, there's a link down below in the description to join it. There is a pickup games part of the Discord. I forget. What is it called? What's that channel called? Tasho, what's that called? What is it called? Pickup games. Yeah, it's called pickup games. If you join my Discord and go to the pickup games, then you might be able to somebody might be able to play D&D with you. My D&D community is pretty dope over on Discord. It's like these guys are all cleaning up. So I would recommend that. Pickup games? Okay, cool. I'm ignoring. Fiend, see you later, buddy. You might not make it back. Oh, because you're preparing for your game tomorrow? Oh yeah, we have the VIP hangout. That's right. Okay, all of my members. That's right. Members. We have our VIP hangout tomorrow. What time is that at? So hold on a second. I gotta see what time that's at. I think it's at 11 o'clock, right? Yeah. Okay, so all of my members and patrons, we have our monthly VIP hangout tomorrow, Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern US time. So it'll be awesome. We get together every month and we hang out on Zoom. Like just us. It's cool. Yes, Twitch. Yeah. That's right. Twitch subscribers as well. They get that perk as well. Absolutely. Now that I have all of those things hooked together, it's beautiful. Dope? Yeah, it's dope. It's awesome. It's cool. Rusty, that's funny, dude. Toss a food to your catcher, oh Valley of Plenty. Martin Pat says, how do you bring up sensitive subjects to see if your players are cool with it without spoiling things you have planned? Yeah, I don't know. I don't think you can, dude. I don't think you can. Like, what would be a sensitive subject? Let's just pretend that, like, I don't know, picking up a cookie. I'm just gonna pick some stupid thing as an example. Let's pretend that picking up a cookie is a sensitive subject, and you, in our society, and you're wondering if your players are okay with that topic in the game. Like, how are you possibly gonna know that unless you ask them, hey, is picking up cookies okay to you guys? Like, are you okay role playing picking up cookies? I picked such a ridiculous example. You know, but the only way you're gonna know is by asking them, you know? This is like what is this? There was a controversy actually about sensitive subjects like this about a month or two ago with Adam Coble or whatever his Adam K, whatever that guy's name is, where he basically had a little bit of a rape scene in a D&D game, and his players were not cool with that. Big screw up. And there was talk about, you know, what he should have done to prevent that or something. And there was talk of, it's not called a social contract. What is it called? It's when you talk to your players to figure out what they're comfortable with in the game, and you see what's okay and what's not okay. So it might be a social contract, but a safety discussion or something. I don't know. Consent in gaming. Thank you. That's what I'm looking for. Consent in gaming. Like, what topics are you okay to have in your game? And it's probably something that's best discussed at a session 0, where you're like, what topics are you okay to have in your game? You know, is like, you know, I don't know, slavery, rape, stuff like that. Are those topics okay for the game? Or do you guys not feel comfortable with those? Do you want those not to be part of the game? So yeah, you could have that discussion with them, just in general. It's not a bad idea, you know? But there's also, I think there is also a huge argument to be made to use your freaking brain too. Use common sense. Okay? In what world do you really think that it's gonna be okay for the dungeon master to have an NPC rape a PC in the game? Like, in what world do you think that's okay? Come on. Why would you even do that? You don't need to have a consent in gaming discussion or a social contract. Like, you just shouldn't do that. It's just not smart. Okay? So, I don't know. Especially on a live stream. Maybe I'm a moron and I don't get it. I don't know. But I don't even think you don't need to ask. It's like, no, you're not going to do that. That's a bad idea. But anyway, if you have a lack of discretion, and you know, or you drink a lot and you need something in writing, and because you can't make good informed decisions or something, then, you know, having a discussion with your players is probably a good idea. It's probably a good idea anyway. but especially if you can't make good decisions. I don't know. It is one of the stupidest, dumbest things. And I when I saw it happening, I watched the replay of it or whatever. I think he thought he was being clever and he was pushing the boundaries. You know, I got that feeling where that's what it felt like. And I'm just like, dude, that's a bad idea. What are you doing? And the player reactions, one of the players, you can just look at the players' faces when they realized what was going on. And it was like, oh, geez. But you know what pisses me off the most about the whole thing? What pisses me off the most is, yes, it happened. That was bad. Okay, yes, it happened. Okay, but like also the excuses and the justifications after the fact pissed me off. Dude, if you screw up, then just admit it. I screwed up. I made a mistake. I'm sorry. That's on me. Okay. Yep, that's right here. Guilty. I suck. Okay. When you screw up, admit it. Don't freaking come back with this stupid bullcrap of, well, you know, the real problem here is that we didn't have a consent in gaming discussion. You know, if we would have had one of these discussions, then, you know, things would have been better and stuff. I'm sorry. You know, just admit that you're wrong. Admit that you made a mistake. I am going to respect you a whole lot more. And you know what? People might be more willing to forgive you too if you just own your crap, as opposed to like making some bullcrap excuse. It pissed me off. That pissed both. The fact that it happened pissed me off, but also the fact that the dude can't own his crap pissed me off too. You gotta own that crap, man. Yeah, it was a live stream game, Jeremy. It was a live stream game. All right, let's move on to happier subjects. No, he was not reading the room at all. He was not reading the room. He wasn't paying attention or something, or he didn't get it. He might not have been paying attention. We're gonna do the one shot in about a half an hour at 8 o'clock my time. Yes, Master of the Game, that's correct. You can't have that happen to my character. Stanley says, I still get the Discord if I'm a member in Twitch, and could you send the link? There's a link down in the description. There's a link on my Twitch panels too, over on Twitch to my Discord. There are instructions on my Discord, there are instructions on my Twitch panel of how to link Discord to your Twitch account so that you get all the perks too. I'm hungry now. Midnight Guard says, on a happier note, hi Luke, I just came across your channel a few weeks back and been enjoying your content immensely. Thanks, dude, I appreciate that. Her charisma score is so good. Who did this crap? Yeah, Adam Coble or however you say his name, I don't know. It was a huge controversy, man. One of my mans, what was his name? We're gonna find him real quick. He did a video on this. He actually did it. He did a video on this. I'm gonna share his video with you guys. He's kind of a small channel, but he's got good content. He's called Matthew Perkins. I think he's called Matthew Perkins. We're gonna find him real quick because he literally did a video on this. Matthew Perkins. Yeah, here we go. So I'm gonna share his channel with you. I'm gonna share. He did a video on this. Just don't leave the stream to watch his video, or put it in a different tab or something. I'm like sending people away. Hold on a second. Where is this? Yeah.
I saw a series of videos like
Pause. I can't play this. I'm just gonna share it with you. You can watch this on your own later. But that's his video and his channel and stuff. I thought his treatment of this subject was very, very well done. It was very well done. Sven Silverman, hello, how you doing? Yeah, it's a one-shot dungeon. We're making a one-shot dungeon. Because we got 2 hours to create a dungeon. It's got to be short. Master of the Game says, I love Luke's rants. Don't get him talking about the other drama in the community. What drama? What drama are you referring to, Master of the Game? What am I not aware of? Because I don't pay attention to this stuff, really. I tend not to pay attention to all this crap. Is there more drama that I should be aware of? Hey, Rebecca, how you doing? Sergio, what up? Martin Pat says, do you think that creating diseases or curses that can't be cured by regular remove curse or restoration unfair? No, absolutely not. Come on. Like, do you know how dumb and lame curses and diseases that can be cured by those simple spells are? Because, like, I'm on board with you, dude. I'm on board with you because any player can go to the city and get that crap cured. It's cheap. It's like whatever, you know. And in 5th edition, you end up with tons of money. And so casting remove curse or cure disease is super. It's so easy. So yes, if you could create something that has to be cured a different way, that's more difficult or something, you know, and maybe your players have to even go on a quest, then that is more interesting to me. The caveat to this is the curse or the disease can't be so bad as to make the character unplayable. Because if it's absolutely horrible and the character's unplayable, then your player's probably not going to be very happy about that because you just destroyed his character. And getting the cure is super, super hard. So there's the balance, right? It's got to be annoying, but not so bad that his character's unplayable. And then getting the solution is hard. Or there's good parts and bad parts, like lycanthropy. There are good parts to being lycanthrope, right? Increased power, blah, blah, blah. There are bad parts. You go on rampages, you lose control of yourself, you murder people, town guards and other adventurers start coming after you because you're a bad guy, you know? And so those are some considerations for you. Yeah, Melchior, they got to go on a side quest potentially. Yeah. Gloom Stalker is a problem. Let's look. I'll tell you why Gloom Stalker is a problem. We're gonna look at Gloom Stalker for one hot second here. I have a player who's a Gloom Stalker, and I had to house rule one of his abilities because it was way too powerful in dungeons. And we're gonna look at it. I'm gonna whoops, that's not the right one. It's a ranger. I got the wrong one. Gloom Stalker. Gloom Stalker Ranger. Where is the ranger? Characters. You failed your investigation check. Yeah, it's the dark vision thing. Where the heck is it? Okay, we're about to have a rant about D&D Beyond's horrible search functionality. I think it's I have to hunt for it now because D&D Beyond search sucks. Where is this thing? What book is Gloom Stalker Ranger in? Xanathar's? I think it's in Xanathar's. Is it Xanathar's? I think it's Xanathar's. Oh, it's 2 words? Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Google could have figured that out. Look at this. Let's go to Google real quick. Hold on. We're gonna do a Google search. Gloom Stalker Ranger. Hey, look it. Did you mean Gloom Stalker Ranger? Yes, Google, I did. Thank you for not sucking. Okay, let's do this. This is why D&D Beyond will never sponsor me. Because I speak my mind, and I will tell you what I really think about stuff. It's the Umbral site. The Umbral site is the problem. I'm gonna see if I can get a little bit closer here so you can see it. So it says, at 3rd level, you gain dark vision out to range of 60 feet. If you already have, that's not the part, here it is. You are also adept at evading creatures that rely on dark vision. While in darkness, you are invisible to any creature that relies on dark vision to see you in that darkness. You guys, this is basically a permanent invisibility when you're in dungeons. There are so many dungeons that are pure darkness. Lots of creatures don't use light. Orcs, goblins, anything that has dark vision, when you're underground in dungeons, they're probably not going to have light sources. And so your Gloom Stalker Ranger can sneak ahead. He is completely invisible. If he splashes Ranger with Rogue Assassin, he can one-shot things very easily. He can solo a dungeon sneaking ahead. He has permanent invisibility. This is very, very, very powerful. So I had to house rule this for my character, for my player, because that was just turning into like way, way overpowered in the game. The solution that we came up with was he had to use an action. He had to take the hide action in order to basically become invisible or hide from creatures. So then when he attacks, you know, he becomes visible again. And then he has to take the hide action to once again become invisible. Now, because he's a rogue, he can do that as a bonus action, but it's still taking up one of his bonus actions. And there are lots of different things that he can use his bonus actions for, like drinking potions and other things that are important. So it's still a meaningful choice for him. But that was the house rule that we came up with. Like, I let him try it as written for a couple game sessions before I talked with him, and I was like, dude, this is really powerful. And he's like, yeah, I know it is. He knew it was powerful when he took it. He actually, before he started playing his character, he told me, he's like, Luke, this is really powerful. I'm not sure how you're going to feel about this. And I looked at it, and I was like, yes, that is very powerful. Let's play it as written for a few game sessions and see how it goes, you know? And then if we need to tweak it, we'll talk. And yeah, we needed to tweak it because it was way too powerful. I'm hungry. Rusty Dynamo, Gloom Stalker Ranger Rogue multi-class is super, super, super powerful. It's so powerful. I have a player like that right now. Well, their campaign ended. That was my Sword Coast Guard campaign. So that campaign ended, and now they're going to do Curse of Strahd. But it's very powerful. Andrew Orr says Luke is way too truthful to have sponsors. Yeah. Well, I do have, I mean, I do have basically a couple sponsors. Like, Tactical Tokens and I have an agreement. Like, I don't know. Would you say he's my sponsor? I don't know if you say he's my sponsor. He might be. I don't know. We just have an agreement, you know, but I'm going to be honest about stuff. I'm never going to like lie about crap, you know. If I like something, I'm going to say I like it, you know. And then, Dungeon Fog is like, we have like an agreement as well, you know, but there are things I don't like about Dungeon Fog, and I'm going to be honest with you about it, you know. I'm not gonna hide that crap because so check this out. Chonkers cam. You want to look at the Chonkers cam? Look at him. Wiki. There is a channel that does reviews on products, and every single product that this guy reviews is a positive review. He loves everything. Everything is amazing. Everything is awesome. Everything is the best book ever. You can't trust what he says because everything's awesome and nothing ever has any problems. You can't trust him. You know, it's like, I don't believe you anymore, dude. If it were up to you, I'd buy every single book out there because you think everything is amazing. So it's like, you know, you have to be honest. You have to, if something has a problem, he just jumped into the box for kicks. Is there food in there? He must have found some food because he jumped in there, you know? So yeah. That's orange, by the way. Yeah, some things you got to be critical of. You have to. If I don't think it's intentionally being critical. I think it just has to do with honesty. It has to do with being honest. Honest to what you think of something, you know? The box incident 2.0. Yeah, totally. What song? This song right here? I can pump it up. You like that song, dude? The cat in the box. I'll put it back down. Somebody's like, what's your thought on Orion from Critical Role? I don't know enough about it. I don't really watch Critical Role a whole lot, to be honest with you. Hey Jorge, what up, dude? ¿Qué onda? ¿Cómo te va? I'm assuming you understood me. Cats are invisible in boxes after 3rd level. Yes, Knuckles, yes. Orange became invisible when he went in that box. I am bored. Hey, how you doing? Boxed cat. Get yours today. Call 1-800-CAT-BOX. Cameron, kitty the box. Yeah, totally. Ooh, Master of the Game. Mike Merle's drama. What was Mike Merle's doing? What happened? What was the drama about, Master of the Game? Hey, how did D&D? What up, dude? Okay, cool, Jorge. Yeah, I was talking to you. Yeah, what was the Mike Merle's drama? Yeah, the box. See, the box is about the right size for Orange. He's not going to be comfortable. What is he doing? He's rubbing against it now. He could probably sleep in it. He's all happy. He's like, I just got my belly full. I'm going to rub against the box. It's old, but he returned to Wizards of the Coast and people were mad. Why? Fire Mike Rose was trending. Why were people mad that he returned to Wizards of the Coast? Why is that a big deal? Why would that be a big deal? Mr. Ruggs says, what D&D streams do you watch? I don't watch D&D streams. I watch other types of streams. You guys want to know the 2 streams I like to watch? I like to watch Alpha Gaming and I like to watch Devin Nash. Both of those guys talk about streaming and the industry and stuff. And it's, yeah, it gives me information to get better at what I do. Those are the types of things that I watch. I don't watch D&D stuff. I don't know if that's weird or ironic, but I just don't. I don't, you know, I play lots of D&D. I read books, modules and crap, but I don't watch a lot of streams or videos about D&D. I just don't. I don't know who Zach S is. See, Master of the Game, you got to start at the beginning. You have to like tell me every little bit of detail because I don't even know who Zach S is. Stanley says, what do you call Pathfinder dungeon masters? They probably still call themselves dungeon masters, but if not, it'd be game master probably. Ooh, Rusty Dynamo says, fun fact, cats rubbing their cheeks against things is to leave their scent. They have glands there. Oh, nice. Now, Rusty, you seem to be a cat guy or an expert or something. When the cat rubs his like hind quarters against your leg, what does that mean? You know, like the hind quarters, you know what I'm saying? Like, what does that mean? Is that like a similar thing or does that indicate something different? Dilated Pupil says, did you get a chance to get on Nerdarchy during COVID? What do you mean get on Nerdarchy? What does that mean? Oh, they pulled him off D&D for like a year and they announced he was back almost a week ago. Huh. Well, I'm gonna read up about that because that sounds interesting to me. I'm gonna make a note to read about it. Mike Merle's D&D back. There. I just made a note. That sounds interesting to me. Decoy says we should all stop watching D&D streams and buying third-party D&D stuff to be more like Luke. I'm not suggesting that. You do what you want to do, man. I have so many official Wizards of the Coast books that I haven't read. There's no way I'm gonna buy third-party stuff. I have one third-party book on my bookcase, my bookshelf. Richard D says, question from a new DM. Is it wrong to run my first campaign from scratch? Should I start with a pre-made module? It's not wrong. It might be easier to use a pre-made module because, like, if you're gonna drive a car for the first time, do you want to have to construct the car as well? You know, do you want to have to put it all together, or would you rather it just be pre-made or something? You know, or, you know, like, that's probably a bad example. But like, if you're going to use a computer for the first, because nobody constructs your own cars. If you're going to use a computer for the first time, do you want to just use a computer and learn how it works first before you try to build your own computer? And then maybe later on down the road, you build your own computer when you get more interested and you know more about it and stuff, you know? So there's nothing wrong with creating it from scratch. Many first-time dungeon masters create their own stuff from scratch, but there's a lot that can be learned from running a module, or at least reading a module to see how they create adventures and what kind of things they do. You know, that could be beneficial for you. That said, there's lots of bullcrap they do in modules that aren't good too. So just because professionals made it doesn't mean that it's like, you know, golden or perfect. You know what I mean? Cadaver says, people who watch D&D streams are weird. Yeah, you should probably leave. Because this is a D&D stream. Kind of. Mostly, I think. Bernardo says, how are the D&D tabletop games like that box you have back there? I have no idea, dude. That right there is Wrath of Ashardalon. Right there. And over there I have The Legend of Drizzt, and they're in the background of all my videos. I've never played the board games. I purely bought those for the miniatures. I pulled all the miniatures out and I painted most of them. I've never played the games ever, not once. Morales says, how much humor do you use in your campaign, or is it more serious in tone? I feel like I write my adventures and my campaign to be serious, but there is a very pervasive amount of humor throughout it. But that's not because I'm writing it to be humorous. It's because my players inject that humor through their actions or through what they say or something like that. So we end up laughing a lot. But it's not because I'm writing the game that way or making the game that way. It's because my players contribute to that atmosphere, I think. And I embrace it and I encourage it, you know, because you want to have fun and stuff in a game. Like, we're going to be running Curse of Strahd, and I guarantee you we're probably going to laugh a lot, you know, even when they're dying or something. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. Oh, Ted and Dave are in the chat? Really? Oh, I didn't see them. What up, guys? What up, nerds? How you doing, nerds? They just left. They're just like, Luke's calling us a nerd. I'm out of here. Say what up. Are they going under their names? Or are they going under Nerdarchy or something? Like, I don't know if they use like their real names or like other names. Knuckles says, my first game ever was with a DM who had a crush on a girl and made a module where she was the Mary Sue goddess. Would be better if he had used a pre-made module. Yeah, that, I think I probably agree with you, dude. Dilated pupils. I just said Nerdarchy and you said, what the heck is that? I didn't say that. I know who they are. I helped promote a little bit of their Kickstarter, dude. I know who they are, and they had invited me as one of their guests to their convention, the Nerdarchy convention that they were gonna have. Now it's gonna be next year, so I know who they are, dude. I didn't know what you were asking in your comment about have you been on Nerdarchy for COVID-19. That's what I was saying. I didn't know what you were asking. Oh, Mr. Ruggs was joking. Oh, okay, Mr. Ruggs. Can can we do the dungeon? Yeah, we're gonna do the dungeon in like about 10 minutes or so. Oh, the Nerdarchy convention? I might fly there. Oh, how far away is it? No, I would probably want my own car. I'll probably rent a car and drive. It's not that expensive to drive, like, what, 8 hours? 5 or 8 hours? I'll just drive. Yeah, Melchior, so some other moderators, I think I saw Tashio in here for sure. Maybe some other mods. But Melchior got modded last week, I believe. Was it last week, Melchior? Because nobody was here. I had no moderators. And Melchior is like here every single Friday the whole time. And so I modded him. And he's my moderator. He's my YouTube streaming moderator now. When I have like no mods in the house. Oh, wait, no, okay. Yeah, it was last week? Okay, cool. 8 or 9 hours? Oh, okay. So Rebecca says, I just looked up that issue with Mike Burrows that mentioned earlier, and oh my, that is a lot. Oh, yeah, I'll look at it. Philadelphia isn't that long of a drive. Another cat went in the box. I don't like driving. I fall asleep easily. I've never fallen asleep driving, but I get tired. Like, it's hard for me. If I'm fresh in the morning, it's okay. But if it's like later at night, I really struggle with driving long distances. I just get tired. There have been, dude, Master the Game. Most of the times when we play at your place and I have to come home at like midnight or something, like I'm literally driving. I'm just like, bam, bam. I'm like slapping myself, trying to keep myself awake driving home, which is why I love playing remotely, because I don't have to drive when I'm falling asleep. So, yeah. Mr. Rugg says, who is your favorite YouTuber other than you? Who do I watch the most? Let's see. My favorite YouTuber other than me. Let me see. Let's look at my subscriptions. It could be, I like Alpha Gaming a lot. I listen to his stuff a lot. Devin Nash, I like Devin Nash a lot. Who else? Nope. I'm subscribed to lots of people that I never listen to. Those are the two that I watch the most, honestly. Yeah, Alpha Gaming and Devin Nash are the two that I listen to a lot. I listen to a lot of Gary Vaynerchuk stuff, but only in small binges, because he mostly just says the same stuff over and over again. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I think that's about it. I really need to unsubscribe to some people. I have like 107 people that I'm subscribed to, and I don't like watch any of their videos. JJ Fine's back. What up, dude? Yeah, Gary V. I like Gary V, man. Taxico Kami. People are erasing those questions. Great Aunt Elizabeth says Luke is too busy producing to consume. There is truth to that. There is a lot of truth to that. The times that I'm actually consuming content is when I'm brushing my teeth, when I'm out on a bike ride, or I'm out on a walk, or I'm hiking, or I'm doing a run. You know, that's when I'm consuming content. But usually I have Audible on my phone and I'm listening to ebooks or like audiobooks. Like right now I'm listening to The 4-Hour Workweek by Tim Ferriss. Before that, I was listening to Extreme Ownership by I forget his name. That's like a leadership book, a business book. And the 4 Hour Work Week is a business book. So those are the types of books and content that I consume. I don't consume like entertainment content very much, except for Netflix. Right now I'm watching Jessica Jones, the Marvel superheroes series on Netflix. And I watch that like when I eat dinner, like half an hour while I'm eating dinner, I'll watch that. That's my way to like relax and unload after a day. You know what I'm saying? But most of the content I consume is informational content to help me improve my business, improve my leadership skills, improve my streams, improve my channel. I don't know, crap like that. That's the type of content I consume. Yeah, Puffin Forest is funny. Horned Owl, I agree. I know who Davy Chappie? It's Davy. I know who he is. He's cool. I had him on a live stream once. He was cool. I know the DM, the dungeon coach. I know him. Yeah. He and I are tight, actually. Dungeon coach and I talk all the time on Discord and PMs. Nixit says, I like Luke because he's not a D&D lecturer. Lots of fun. Like, what does that mean? What does a D&D lecturer mean? Like, what do you mean by that? Rusty Dynamo says, you are my relax and unload for today, Luke. Oh, that's cool. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, Master of the Game. We probably do have a lot of similar interests as far as reading material goes. I can tell you that the 4 Hour Work Week is very good. The 4 Hour Work Week by Tim Ferriss is very, very good. Not everything is applicable to my business model, but like there's a lot of good stuff in there. That's the reason, actually reading that book is the reason that I started automating as many things as possible. And I turned off all of my private messaging on Discord, and I minimized the amount of emails that I get, and I set up a separate email place that I check once a week. Like when I started to analyze like different things, you know, that were like taking away my time and drawing my attention from, like, right now my big focus is on my Kickstarter. I'm trying to focus as much effort as I can on getting my Kickstarter going. And there were all of these little tiny draws on my time that were preventing me from focusing on the single biggest priority for, you know, my business, whatever you want to call it right now. And so I'm like, I need to stop. Like, all of these little tiny draws on my time are preventing me from doing the single most important thing for me right now. And I need to, you know, these distractions need to go away so that I can like focus on the thing I need to do, you know? Jessica Jones, yes, I agree, Toxokami. The first season was the best one. I went through the second season and I was like, I'm in the third season right now and I'm like, but I'm a finisher, you know? I want to finish it. That's funny. I can't say what I was laughing at and agreeing with, but that's funny. Bernardo's from Portugal. Hey, what up, dude? Hey, Bernardo. Bernardo, I lived in Central America for a while, and I speak Spanish and stuff. And dude, I tell you what, man. When I was living down in Central America, there was one channel that we had that was from Brazil, and they would be speaking Portuguese. And the channel would come on, and I would be like, I should understand this. Like, I should know what they're talking about. Like, it sounds so similar to Spanish. I was like, I should understand them, but oddly, I don't. I can understand a couple words here and there, but I was like, why don't I understand what they're saying? You know? So yeah, I thought it was funny. Because sometimes I'll go on to like a Spanish channel and it'll be from like Argentina or Chile or someplace that has a different accent than mine when I speak Spanish. And so at first it might be a little bit different to me, you know, but then I'm like, oh, okay, I got it, you know. But the Brazilian ones with the Portuguese, I was like, is this Spanish? Wait, is this from, where is this? What is this? What is this? And I have to be like, no. That's Portuguese. Yeah, I don't understand that. My coffee cup's empty. Oh, really? Brazilian Portuguese is different from Portuguese. Really? Hey, what up? Giovanni's from Brazil. What up, dude? How you doing? What's the difference, dude? What's the difference? Chile, you're from Chile. That's awesome, man. Cool. I lived in Honduras for like 4 years. I was a missionary down there. So yeah, that's awesome. What's the difference between Brazilian and Portuguese? I'm so hungry. All the world says hello. Oh, the two languages just evolved differently since the 1500s. Introvert Sarah. Hey, you know what? I was at the mall once down in Central America. I was at the mall and I was with one of my friends and he and I were just talking in Spanish and crap. And then a couple people walked by and they were talking Spanish and I'm just like, I didn't understand them at all. And I turned to my friend, I'm just like, dude, I didn't understand them. And he's like, that's because they were speaking like Spanish. They were from Spain, you know? And I was like, oh, it's a lot different. So. Rusty Dynamo's 2 a.m. Okay, dude. That's cool, man. Thanks for hanging out with us, buddy. We'll see you next time. Maybe we'll catch you on like Twitch or something on like Monday or Wednesday or something. In Spain, there are 3 types of Spanish. Really? That's interesting. Because I remember talking, back when I moved back to the US, I remember talking to somebody who was from Spain because she was at my company as a consultant. And I remember having no problem understanding her. Like it was not a problem at all. Okay, I think we're going to take a break. I'm gonna go take a bio, fill my coffee cup up, and then when we come back, we are going to start creating our dungeon together. So, dungeon creation is imminent. It is about to happen. Ray Manning says, Luke, I'm a potter. You want a custom mug? Sure, dude. That'd be awesome. Look me up. Go to my Discord and mention me. And we'll talk. Actually, I'll probably have you talk with Danny. Danny's my like assistant. I might have you talk with her if that's okay. She drinks a lot of coffee too, so she might want a mug as well. Do these streams get saved? Yeah, Mr. Ruggs, these streams are always available on my YouTube channel right here. It'll be here forever. You can watch it tomorrow. You can rewatch it or something if you want to. Yeah, Ray, just mention me, and then I'll probably seek Danny after you to follow up on that. Max, I get my DM screens. I'm gonna show you where I get my DM screens from real quick. This will take 2 seconds. I'm gonna drop a link in the chat for you, Max, for the DM streams. So if you go there, and then click on other D&D products I use. And I have listed on that page the DM screen that I use. And it's customizable. You can print out your own stuff and put it inside the holders. It's beautiful. That's what I use. Okay, I'm actually gonna take a break now. And then when we come back, we'll do our dungeon creation. So, intermission screen, and I'll be back. And then we will create a dungeon together.
Pull me close, your breath against my
hungry. Oh, I really want to eat something. Oh. Yeah, Darcy, that I don't use any of the information in that Dungeon Master screen, but I've had that screen for 2 years now, and I haven't had anything break on it. And it is tall. Yes, it is a pretty tall one. It's 8.5 inches tall. It's made for full-size pieces of paper. So that might not be, you know, if that's not what you want, then yeah, there are other ones. There are other ones that are shorter you could use for sure. All right. Hey Melchior, can you enforce the spammers die rule for us a little bit? Appreciate it, man. All right, so we're gonna create a D&D adventure. Let me open up my stuff. I have an adventure template that I use, and I'm just going to open it up here. All right, so this is our template right here that we're going to use for our D&D adventure. By the way, there's a link down in the description where you can get this template as well if you want it. It's just a Word document. It's not too tough. But if you want it to use this for your games or whatever, then you're welcome to get it. It's over on Draft Your RPG. It's pay what you want, so you can get it for free if you want to take it for free, or you can toss me a couple bucks to help support the channel too. But anyway, this is what we're going to be using tonight. So the first thing we need to get is a basic idea for this adventure. Now, I kind of want this to be a higher level adventure. I think the last time we did one of these, it was like made for level 3 or something. So I kind of wanted this to be a little bit higher, not too high. Maybe level 8 or so. I think level 8 might be a decent level, 7, 8, 9, somewhere in there. We could probably go for 8. So the first thing we need to do to start with an adventure is to get some ideas. So yeah, let's target 8. I think 8's a good number to go for. Yeah, Nico, the last time we made an adventure, it was the Davy Chappie one, correct? So we need ideas for the story. Yes. So start throwing some ideas for what the overall idea of the adventure could be. Be specific. Do not just throw me names of monsters. Please don't just throw names of monsters. That is not helpful. Like, give me a pitch. What's the actual adventure? Like, what's going on? What's the problem? What's the situation that needs to be overcome? That's what we're looking for here. No, I don't. I have no idea if Davy even saw that I made that. I sent it to him and I was like, "Hey, Davy, check this out." But I don't know if he ever saw it or not. Can I post my template in the description? It's literally in the description, right? It's already in the description. I'm like bajillion. I'm like 100% sure I already put it in the description. And I'm double checking right now. I'm pretty sure I did that. Yes, it's literally in the description. So you just go take a gander and you'll see it. Where's that going? There we go. Oh, Didi, you taking off? Get your villain wants to take over the world. That's cool, dude. Is that what you're saying? Pirates plaguing a series of river towns. Gary the Injured going mad with power. A ruined mind flayer lair. But what's really in it then? A crazy monk has made a deal with an adult dragon and is rampaging for power. If Yankee are setting up a foothold base in the prime material plane. Oh, the Gith Yankee is like copyrighted by Wizards of the Coast. I can't use that monster. Because what I'm going to do is whatever we create tonight, I'm going to publish that over on my site, thedmlair.com, for anybody to get for free. And so the only way that I can do that is if I use monsters that are in the SRD or that have generic names that they can't copyright. But Gith Yankee, Mind Flayers, Carrion Crawlers, there are a handful of monsters that Wizards of the Coast literally has copyrights on their names, and I can't use them. And Gith Yankee is one of them. Gith Sarai as well. That's true, AJ Sliv Radio. Town of Ghosts, but they don't know they're dead. Gary the intern gets a powerful magic item that's driving him mad. A vampire in a glacier cave. She rules a kingdom full of slaves. A criminal organization's underground hideout. That's not like, there's potential with that, but we need to have some more information about who those criminals are. A lich has surgically placed his phylactery in the king of a metropolis and needs a special to remove it without killing him. A succubus is trying to control a town and uses the nearby ruin as her lair. Ooh. Ooh. That's interesting. That's interesting. So we have hold on a second. I'm gonna put that one down. I'm gonna start compiling a couple of the ones that I like the most, and then we'll see which one we end up using here. But that one, I think that sounds interesting to me. I mean, most of the ones that are here are probably interesting, but I'm going to do one of them. A Paritan is threatening a village where people noticing that hearts of the victims are eaten out, but people have no idea what is causing it. Paritan's like a CR2. We're trying to do like a level 8 adventure. Kobolds are super low level. Gnolls are ravaging the countryside, led by a rare orc that has a higher intelligence. An evil cult working on opening a long forgotten portal below. Okay. The Blood Keep the party has invited to a house in the mountains. What they find, who knows? Huh, that sounds interesting. That could almost fit in with the succubus too. All right, let's see what else we got. An airship flies away with the castle chained underneath. A false hydra. I don't even know what a false hydra is. Somebody sent me a link to it. I never read it because I'm really, really busy. Uncle Alfred, hello. How you doing? Good to see you. A golem with the spirit of an old dwarven warrior is starting to finally remember his old life and trying to rebuild his dwarven stronghold. Huh. A small halfling ate Cheetos and got superpowers. You have to kill him with a chicken waffle. Now that has potential. Blue Bob Ams, you're gonna come more often now that school's over. That's cool, dude. Okay. I think what we're gonna do, guys, is I want to do something. I want to do something along this right here. Come on. A succubus trying to control a town. and she has the nearby ruins as a lair. I want to do something along those lines. So, all right, brainstorming of ideas is over. Now we need to focus. Let's focus on this succubus trying to control a town. And I think we're going to use the blood keep too. With an invitation to a house in the mountains or something. I don't know. I think there are a couple elements there. I think we could maybe combine together or something. So seducing the succubus is a viable strategy. It might be. Yeah. So our storyline is that a succubus, let's give her a name. What's the name of the succubus? A succubus named something is attempting to take over over the nearby town of, what's the name of the town? And let's look at hold on a second. I need to close a few things. I don't need that. I don't need that. I don't need that. I don't need that. Let's look up succubus here. You can actually see. So she has this charm thing. Only one target can be charmed at a time. So she can't just keep charming everybody, but she might have a strategy or something. Maybe she has the mayor charmed or something. I don't know. Dumplesburg? Daxtonport? I'm gonna go Dumplesburg. All right, what's the name of the succubus? The succubus has a particular affection for cats and tabaxi underlings. Delilah. Ooh, I like that. Delilah. Let's do that. So a succubus named Delilah is attempting to take over the nearby town of Dumplesburg. How? So what method is she using to take over the town? Give me some ideas. We're not using a false hydra. Let's just get that out of the way. I keep seeing that being mentioned. We're not doing that tonight. So let's focus our energy away from the false hydra. Merchandising, control of the nobles. Well, she can have one person charmed at a time. She charms the lord of the town and now takes over his keep. Well, here's the thing. We're doing a one shot, so we're gonna have a little dungeon that goes along with this, but it has to be a small dungeon. So we can't develop an entire keep. We have to keep in mind the scope of what we have planned. We have a very small dungeon crawl planned. It's a one shot dungeon. And so, you know, and we have like an hour, we have an hour and 45 minutes to create this still. So we have a timeline and we have to have a scope. So a keep is not going to work. She's seducing men who are high up in power, who are high up in town, in particular the mayor. Yeah, I mean, that's classic. We could do that. Seduction of the town's men to do her will, particularly in their dreams. Uh-huh. Charm people one by one and create animosity among townsfolk while gathering dirt on everybody, especially those in high positions. Ooh, she's charming them and gathering information that she can then use to blackmail them. Yeah. She is... Yeah. She makes... She is... We'll say she travels into town from time to time, charms people, especially nobles or those with power and influence. And then, while they are charmed, makes them divulge what kind of information? Incriminating information, or information that she can otherwise use to blackmail them. There we go. She then uses this information to coerce people in positions of power or influence to basically do her will. I don't know, something like that. Matthew Maple's back. Good to see you, buddy. So I think Steve Painter, that's a good idea. I think she hasn't been able to charm the mayor of the town yet. This is, okay, Master of the Game. See you later, buddy. Yeah, I was actually thinking about that, Master of the Game. I was thinking about raiding you when we're done tonight, if you're still on. I think what we could do, so Mark Elliott says, maybe play up the angle that townswomen can see her evil plans and her evil effect in men, but none of the men believe them because of her beauty. Yes, I think so. That's what we're doing. Yeah, we'll see you later, Master of the Game. We'll hop in. We'll hop in and crash your party. We'll make fun of your painting abilities. Everybody seems to make fun of me, so we'll return the favor. All right. So I think so. However, okay. We'll say. The men of the town are blind to the fact that the succubus disguised as a beautiful woman. Oh, wait. She travels into town from time to time, disguised as a... Who does she disguise herself as, you guys? Mistress of Limerence. Who does she disguise herself as, guys? When she goes into town. Okay, she's disguised as a beautiful woman. Okay, got it. But, like, is she a noble? Is she a traveling merchant? Like, when she goes into town, who does she claim to be? No, she's not going to be that, Andrew. Who does she claim to be? A local mage? A priestess? Ooh, a fortune teller? A merchant and love advisor? The noble, well, a noble doesn't live. We're going to have her. She doesn't actually live in town. Unless she could live in a house or something. We could make I kind of don't want to have her live in a house. I want to have her live outside of town somewhere. She doesn't actually live in the town itself. I want her to live outside of town. That way we could make, we don't have to use like a house or something for her lair. We could use anything. So I want her to live outside of town. The Lady of the Lake, a prophet who speaks for them, a traveling merchant. We get her access to a lot of people. Yeah. A woman of medium wealth to make her seem believable and approachable. I agree. A traveling mage who's interested in the workings of the town. Yeah, but she's got... I almost like the fortune teller. I kind of like the fortune teller idea. Would that work? A fortune teller who tells people their fortunes, and so lots of the nobility and stuff want to know their fortunes or something. Would that work? The players will immediately think it's a hag. Good! If they immediately think it's a hag, that's beautiful, because she's not a hag. She's actually a succubus, and they're going to be in for a big surprise. I want to play up... Yeah, she's a medium or a seer. Let's call her a medium or a seer. Yeah. Disguised as a seer who can foretell the future. Foretell the future. She is in high demand among nobles and merchants and any who can pay her fees. While meeting with men who hire her to tell their futures, she charms them, especially nobles. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Okay, cool. So she's always traveling into town. Got it. Okay, so this is fleshing out. Cool. Yes, I agree, Melchior. She should be good at figuring out what people want to hear and how to phrase things vaguely so that they can't often. Yeah. She has no, correct. She has no prediction ability. Yeah. I'm just gonna copy paste that. The succubus is good at figuring out what people want to hear and how to phrase things vaguely enough so that they can't often say that she was wrong. However, she has no prediction ability. Now we'll say the men of the town are blind to the fact that the succubus, disguised as a beautiful seer, is manipulating them. Until wait, but if she, oh, wait, hold on a second. If she is getting them to divulge incriminating information that she can use to blackmail them, and then she uses that information to coerce them, wouldn't the men then see that she's doing this? And then they would be suspicious, or they would know it's happening. So does that not work then? Do we need to rephrase that at all? I'm not sure that works anymore, because I think the men will know at that point, and then they would be suspicious. She tells fortunes, and then she also secretly helps them come true, so people rely on her more and more. Oh, is it seer with 2 E's? Okay, cool. I think we have to fix her methods a little bit. We have to fix the methods. They don't want to reveal it for fear she will reveal their secrets. Maybe. If all the men are being blackmailed, then they're not going to reveal that they're being blackmailed, are they? Oh, that's a good point, Tyrell. I guess that's true. Okay, that's fine. So we'll say the men of the town. The men of the town who are being manipulated by the succubus are afraid to reveal this because of the information she possesses and is using against them. And then we're going to say, however, though many of the women suspect the seer is up to no good, and see that the men who meet her begin acting strangely or against their normal character. Okay, cool. I think that's enough. That's enough of the background or the storyline. So now I think we need to start fleshing this out. Let's get rid of that. So we have the town is Dumplesburg. Can you guys give me like a few important facts about Dumplesburg? Give me some important information about Dumplesburg. What's the main form of commerce, economics? Is it a farm town? We're talking about merchants and nobles. I just need a few important pieces of information. I'm gonna use your little thing, Barking Cricket. I thought that was a good idea. Wheat farming. There's a gold mine. It's known for its ham and pigs. Oh, I love that. Known for its pig farming and delicious ham, this medium-sized town is also on a major road. So many travelers and merchants pass through. All right, that's pretty good. Bacon. Oh, Nixon, I lost you? Why, you don't like ham? The best bacon ever. They hunt wild boars. What is the name of a tavern? Let's name a tavern that has the best bacon ever. What's the name of the tavern? They have great cheese. Oh, your stream is freezing on you, Sean? I'm sorry, dude. The Golden Swine Tavern. Yes, I like it. Let's do that. The Golden Swine Tavern the Golden Swine Tavern there is known for its amazing bacon. All across the region. Nice. All right, beautiful. That's good enough. NPCs. Obviously, we have Delilah. A succubus. Who disguises herself as a seer. What does she look like as a seer? The sizzling swine. Oh, that's really good too. The sizzling swine. Ooh. What does Delilah look like when she disguises herself as a seer? Could you guys just brainstorm some basic descriptions of her? Pepperoni slice. No, your power went out. That sucks, dude. I'm gonna change that. We're gonna go to the sizzling swine tavern. There we go. The sizzling swine. That's so good. Auburn hair. She has auburn hair. A long purple robe. Ooh, long, well disguised, she has auburn hair. Large green hoop earrings. A long purple robe. Red hair, green eyes. Golden pig knuckles. What? What the heck is that? No! Bright blue crystal eyes. I like that. bright blue eyes that sparkle like crystals, large green hoop earrings, and a long purple robe. That's good enough. That's good enough. All right, random encounters. We don't need to do that necessarily. What's the plot hook? What's the adventure hook? What is the adventure hook, you guys? We're going to describe the inciting action or adventure hook that introduces the adventure to the characters and motivates them to go on it. What is our adventure hook? How do they find out that something needs to be done? Like, let's assume the players are in the town for whatever reason or something. They wanted bacon. They wanted bacon. The women of the town are worried their husbands are cheating on them. Ooh. Oh. A women's group hires them to investigate. She could be feeding on children. Someone is on to her. The wife of the mayor is worried about her husband's strange behavior. Yeah. Bacon festival. Bacon festival, man. I love that. All right, so we're gonna do this. We're going to say adventure hook. So the players, we'll say that the heroes find themselves in Dumplesburg. How do I spell that again? Dumplesburg for the for the renowned Bacon Festival. While in the sizzling swine, enjoying a fine breakfast of the most amazing bacon and ale they've ever had, they are approached by a... Okay, so it could be the mayor's wife. Maybe it's the mayor's wife. The Bacon Festival in Porkopolis. This is making me more hungry. I actually have bacon upstairs. I have to cook it, of course. But the Bacon Festival is good. There actually are such things, yeah. Breakfast bacon. Of the most amazing... Hold on a second. Breakfast, bacon, and ale they ever had. And they are approached by... We could just make it the mayor's wife, right? The mayor's wife and an adult-age daughter. We'll say by the mayor's wife. What's the mayor's wife's name? And I need 2 names of 2 females. I need 2 female names. The mayor's wife, something, and several other women of the town. Maybe just one, maybe one name. Samson Swineson? Aerosol. Ooh, I like that. Aerosol is a pretty name. Aerosol. What's the last name? What's the last name? Aerosol Swineson. Aerosol Swineson. I like that. Aerosol Swineson, and several other women of the town. They are Aerosol and the woman are hoping that the adventurers, hoping that the heroes can help them with they explain are hoping the heroes can help them, and they are willing to pay handsomely for said help. They explain that the menfolk in the town are behaving oddly, and they believe that the seer, Delilah, why did I pick a name I can't spell? Delilah. Oh man, you guys, we picked a name that I can't spell. This is a problem. Did I spell it wrong? I think I spelled it wrong. Yeah, I spelled it wrong too. That makes sense. That doesn't surprise me. And they believe that the seer Delilah is behind it. They suspect that their men... What? They suspect that they're cheating on them? I know, I can't spell Delilah. They have bacon beer? Oh my gosh. We're going too far. Why would... Yeah, they could be talking to different parties. Yeah, they could be. Some of the women know their husbands have the same mistress and suspect something more than just cheating. Okay, yeah. They suspect their men are cheating on them with her, but several women express that they feel something much more is going on. They say they tell the heroes, for instance, that new rules are being put into effect. Give me an example of some different rules that, like, the mayor and the other nobles or maybe the merchants could be putting into effect. Nixit, you have a friend who owns a company that makes bacon coffee? Oh man. A town curfew? Rules mainly against women, so Delilah can keep them out of the way. Oh, that's interesting. I need some specific examples because you know the players are going to ask about them. Rule number 1, no charming spells. The consumption of beef and other red meats have been all banned. No women out alone after dark. No long hair. Curfew is lifted so men can go out and meet her at night. Women must watch the pigs. We don't talk about rule for... Ooh, curfew for women in locations they... Oh, no public kissing or hugging. Oh, interesting. Curfew for women and prohibitions on places they can visit. What else did people say? And no meeting in groups of more than 3. Public displays of public affection. Displays of public affection are prohibited. Prohibited. Etc. Whatever. That's good enough. Fred, your message got held for review. No groups of more than 3 women allowed. That got held for review. YouTube thought that was bad. That's good enough. We have enough. That's enough. So Delilah's basically influencing them to pass sexist laws, basically. Okay, that's fine. Let's move on. So basically, what's the reward? What kind of reward would they be willing to pay the heroes if they can find out what's going on? The women offer the heroes a reward of something if they can get to the bottom of what's going on with Delilah and their menfolk. We're calling them menfolk. That's weird. Some of their jewelry, money and stuff. Portable hole. No, portable. A bacon sword? Oh, that's awesome. A lifetime supply of pickled pig's feet. The keys to their hearts. I don't know. Offer the heroes a reward of gold and valuable gems. We're gonna say amount to be determined by the dungeon master. I don't know. I'm being lazy. You know what? We're gonna put a note up here. Where is this? DM notes. Oh, we're gonna design this for 4 level 8 characters. I don't know. We might not put loot in here. If we don't have time to put loot in here, we're not gonna put loot in this adventure because we only have so much time to make this. And then they can tell them where to find Delilah. Where does Delilah live? Like, she's a seer. Does she live in like a cave compound? That would be weird, wouldn't it? Would she live in a cave? Maybe she has a little house or something. Can we make her live in a cave? Does it make sense to live in a cave, or would that be weird? Because we need to know where she lives, because they're gonna basically tell her to go track Delilah down, and they gotta go find her. In a traveling cart just outside of town, an abandoned temple. I mean, seers live in like wagons and stuff. Her lair is an old windmill. A gypsy wagon. Yeah, a wagon makes sense for a seer. She lives in the roasting pit. A cabin out in the lake. A monk hut. Can't be large. It's gotta be something small. I think, okay, a gypsy wagon by the abandoned windmill. There we go. They can tell the heroes. They tell the heroes that Delilah lives in a colorful wagon near the abandoned windmill, about 30 minutes. No, we'll say a few miles outside town. All right, cool. All right, guys, we gotta figure this windmill out. So let's pretend that the players go to the windmill or the wagon. We gotta start fleshing that out. What are we gonna have in this wagon? We almost need like a map. I think we're at the point where we need to start making a map. Let me get some ideas here for a gypsy wagon map. Gypsy wagon map. Oh, wow. I need like a D&D. D&D. All right, this isn't that bad. All right, so what I'm looking at is this guy right here. Open image in new tab. So I'm kind of looking at this right here to get some ideas. Now we're not going to have multiple wagons. We're going to have one wagon. You can just pick one of these right here. So now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna get my graph paper out and a pencil, and let's try to figure this out. Okay, so we are going to draw or attempt to draw our gypsy wagon. So, we have an abandoned the ruins of a windmill. So that could be like anywhere. We could have like a little windmill or something. How big is a windmill? Probably not too big. I'm not too good at circles here. So we'll say we have like a windmill. Okay. This will be the ruins of the windmill. All right, cool. And we need to make a wagon. Yeah, it should be a nice little wagon. And we're gonna say, we'll say like, you know, our little 1 square equals 5 feet. Yeah, let's do 1 square equals 5 feet. All right. We gotta make the wagon. How big would the wagon be? Wagons aren't terribly big. I feel like if you had a wagon that was 10 feet wide by 15 feet long, that's pretty standard for a wagon, right? So, I mean, it's not gonna be that big, you know? 10 feet by 15. Yeah, I think that's as big as our wagon's gonna be. So that's gonna be her wagon. And then the wagon would be like pulled by a team of horses probably, right? So she probably has some horses or something nearby. Yeah, it's a large wagon, but it's okay. It's gonna be a one-room wagon. It's gonna be a one-room wagon. Giant hogs. She's pulled by giant hogs. Hellhounds. Ooh, yes. Yes. Max. I love it. It's pulled by hellhounds. Winter. Hellhounds go with the succubus. Okay, so it's pulled by hellhounds. Let's go back to... I'm just gonna write this down. I'm gonna write this down really quick on my wagon pulled by hellhounds. I just made a little note on my my sheet here. I love it. Hell hogs. Ooh, hell hogs. That's pretty cool. Yeah, Danny. We're creating our villain is a succubus, a nightmare. Nightmare is good too. Hold on. Let's go to D&D Beyond. So we have a succubus, and let's look at hellhound. We could use hellhounds too. We could totally use hellhounds in this adventure. They're CR3, and let's look up a nightmare. A nightmare is CR3 as well. Okay. So yeah, that could be. So we could have both. We could have wagon pulled by nightmares. We could also have hellhounds or something, and then obviously we have a succubus. All right. They have to be disguised, else other people would immediately notice. Werebacon. What? All right. Is there anything else for? Let's go back to the map. Okay, we got a lot of cool ideas. I like this. Let's go back to the map. Is there anything else we need in the map? Maybe there's like an area of forest or something. Let's have there be like a forested area, right? Or woods or something. So we got some woods going on over there. And what else could we have? What else could be interesting on this map? We got some woods. A large crop field? Yeah, I don't know if there's any farms. It could be an old crop field or something, but a fire pit. Yeah, I think she would definitely have like a fire pit. Let's have these ruins can kind of be like crumbled or something, you know? And then there could be like a fire pit right here. Fire pit, and then this is her like Sears wagon. Okay, cool. What's in the windmill? I think we might have the nightmares in the windmill. I think we could have the nightmares in the windmill. That's where the nightmares are. That's like their stable or something. So let's go back to our desktop. Windmill. Then we're going to have the Sears wagon. I think we might have the hellhounds. I'm not sure where we're going to put the hellhounds. We might have the hellhounds with the succubus. Werebores? Keep with the pig theme? I don't know. Maybe. I think we're gonna have the nightmares. Yes! A werebore! A werebore is her servant and takes care of the nightmares. Hold on a second. In the windmill, let's see. The succubus uses the ruins of the windmill as a stable for her 2 nightmares. For the 2 nightmares that pull her wagon. A werebore servant who cares for the nightmares is also in the windmill. Beautiful. Now let's look up werebore. Let's go back to this, and we need to look up werebore and see what the CR of that is. Werebore. That is a CR4. Okay, so now let's plug some numbers here. If we have 2 nightmares that are CR3s, and we have 1 werebore that's a CR4, and we have 4 characters of level 8, it's a medium encounter. So that's just a medium encounter. That's okay. I think that would be okay, right? Yeah, Rage Wolf, he could do that. That's cool. Yeah, we'll get the succubus herself. The succubus might be in the wagon or something. Or maybe she's out in the woods or something. Maybe she knows the players are coming or something. Andrew Orr, I'm not sure about the next one-shot giveaway. My calendar is pretty full right now, so I'm not totally sure about that, dude. I don't want to promise something and then not be able to deliver on it, you know what I'm saying? Oh, a nearby stream for water? Yeah, that's a good point. Maybe there's a stream that comes out of the woods. Yeah, let's have there be a stream. It comes out of the woods. All right, I should have probably shown you the map, but I just drew on the map a stream that kind of comes out of the woods. So that'll be good. Yeah, sorry. Squirty. There you go. I made a stream. Let's go back to our desktop. My cat's bothering me. Look at, she wants to jump up here. Ooh, an old bridge with loose boards. Oh, that's a good idea, actually. Yeah, let's have there be... Oh no, I'm drawing on the map again. Sorry. Yeah, let's have there be a bridge here. So now we have a bridge there. Okay, cool. And then let's go back to our adventure. And then let's say bridge. The heroes, a stream stretches between the heroes we'll say the town the Sears wagon is to the east of the town, and as the heroes approach from the west, they encounter a stream spanned Buy a single bridge. The bridge has an alarm spell set on it that alerts the succubus and the werebore that someone has arrived. All right, cool. So that's kind of like their early warning invention. No, there's no troll. There's no troll on the bridge. Well, actually, we could put a troll there. The troll is like a very easy encounter that just serves to stall them or something. Except that, yeah, I don't know. We only have an hour left, so we can't build this out too much. We've already talked about several elements that we want to put in here. So let's figure out the stuff we've already talked about, and then if there's time, we can add more to it. But we need to focus on what we've already talked about. Otherwise, we'll never get this done. Where's the windmill? Okay, let's get the windmill. I wanna like put the windmill up here first. So there are 2 nightmares and a werebore. And then we could say, what kind of communication stuff does succubuses have? They have telepathy 60 feet. Perfect. Perfect. And they can go to the ethereal plane. Look at that. They can go to the ethereal plane, you guys. That is beautiful. So what we're going to say is if the succubus sees a group of armed adventurers approaching, crossing the bridge, she first alerts the werebore in the windmill to confront them, accompanied by the nightmares. Then she immediately travels to the ethereal plane. If the succubus in the wagon, there we go. Then she immediately travels to the ethereal plane. Yeah, so she isn't trapped in the wagon. I don't know. That's pretty close. Little pigs let me in. Where does she have ethereal? Yeah, I got it figured out. I'm good. Where does she have the hellhounds? Does she have them? Maybe she has them over in the woods or something. Oh, did somebody get timed out? Yep. Take care of business, dude, if you got to. Where would she have the hellhounds? I kind of want to have the succubus and the hellhounds be like one of the fights here. Now the succubus is a CR4 and the hellhounds are a CR3. So if we have one succubus, what if the succubus has an incubus as like a mate, and there are two of them? I think maybe there are two of them, and the women just don't know it, you know? Because if we had two of them, a succubus and an incubus, and then they have like maybe like 3 hellhounds, we now have a good deadly encounter for a group of a level 8 party. I think we could go with that. All right, Mr. Rugg, see you later, buddy. Thanks for hanging with us. Hey, Catherine Bishop, Catherine, I have your tokens ready to ship to you, and I just haven't gotten to the post office. But I literally have them in an envelope, and I just have to go to the post office to ship them to you. I just wanted to let you know, because I just saw you're here. So sorry for the delay. I think you won them like a few weeks ago, and I've just, you know, I'm gonna blame quarantine, but it's really because it's not because I'm lazy, it's because I got lots of crap going on, I think is the excuse I'm gonna go with, but nobody cares about excuses. I mean, I don't. Okay. Yes. We're gonna go with Incubus. So, hold on a second. Let's go back to this. Sears Wagon. Let's see. Delilah, and what's the incubus's name? We gotta name the incubus. What is the name of the incubus? The incubus mate of Delilah. He rarely goes into down, but is disguised when he does so. Taryn, Daniel, Samson and Delilah. Duh. Oh my gosh, that's actually very good. That's very good, Barking Cricket. That's from the Bible. If you guys didn't know that, Samson and Delilah. Very good. I like it. Okay, cool. The incubus mate of Delilah. Excellent. He normally stays in the Sear Wagon. Okay. And lives in a wagon near a ruined windmill outside, what is it, Dumplesburg? Okay, cool. All right, excellent. Now we have an incubus. I like it. Delilah and Samson are usually in the wagon, but when alerted to armed adventurers approaching their wagon, they turn ethereal. How do you spell ethereal? There we go. And move into the woods nearby, where they have several. How many hellhounds did we say? 3 hellhounds. Yeah. From there, they call to their 3 pet hellhounds. Who quickly come to their call. All right, excellent. So the woods nearby, we're gonna say woods. We'll say woods. Okay. In these woods near the seer wagon, the succubus, 3 pet hellhounds of the succubus roam the woods near her wagon. There we go. Excellent. So if the adventurers go through the woods, they might encounter the hellhounds. But if they go over the bridge, then they're probably going to encounter, you know, the succubus and the incubus will go into the ethereal plane. They'll kind of escape. They'll go to the hellhounds, who quickly come to their call. Okay, cool. Delilah and Samson will wait for the werebore. We'll say, if things come to blows, when they're... What is the name of the werebore? We have to name the werebore servant. What is his name? What is the name of the werebore? We need to make him a name. Larry, Jerry, and Harry. Samson has long, luxurious hair. Gore-tusk. Igor. Sheldon. Ooh, Sheldon. Pork chops. Chauncey. Wilbur. Oh, Porkins. Hammond Porkson. Wilbur. Oh, let's call him Wilbur. Wilbur Chops. Let's call him Wilbur Chops. Okay, a werebore servant, Wilbur Chops, who cares? Okay, there we go. If things come to blows when their werebore servant, Wilbur, confronts the heroes, Scylla and Samson will wait for the werebore and nightmares to to fall? We'll wait for the werebore and nightbears to soften the heroes up before moving in to confront them with their hellhound pets. There we go. Beautiful. How's that? To take the brunt of the assault before attacking themselves. Yeah. Yeah, we'll say when the werebore and nightmares appear to be losing, they move in to aid them. Okay, cool. It might be deadly. It might be. But here's the thing, you guys. These are level 8 adventurers. Level 8. They will be just fine. At that level, they have enough hit points and resources and spells that they're going to be just fine. The werebore and nightmares are a medium encounter, and then the succubus, incubus, and hellhounds are just deadly. They're barely deadly, and so they will be. I guarantee you, I've done this sort of thing before. They will be just fine. And we're also, the other thing to consider too, is that we're using low CR monsters with level 8 parties. So their to hit rolls, their to attack rolls and stuff are kind of low, and their hit points aren't that great. And so the party will be just fine. There will not be an issue. It's not going to be that strong. Trust me. Okay. Yeah, we can move on. Am I out of coffee? I think I'm out of coffee. It's a sad, sad day in the neighborhood. I have to go to water now. If Danny were here, she would be upset. Brownie, Whitney, and Blackie. All right, there are lots of details that we can put into this, but let's finish the adventure off, and then we can go back and we can put more details in here. So let's get to the end, and then we'll go back and make it better. So I think we have the details built up enough. We have a map kind of fleshed out. We have the Hellhounds, Succubus, and Incubus. Beautiful. With their 3 Hellhound pets. Beautiful. All right, resolution. Let's do the resolution here. Describe what happens once the characters have completed the adventure successfully or unsuccessfully. Do they receive a reward from an NPC? Does their favor with a faction increase? Stuff like that. Okay. I don't think we have really a faction here, but so assuming I don't know, they could either kill the succubus or convince her to leave or something. We all know the players are probably going to kill her. But when they go back to town and, I don't know, they present evidence or something, like, they just get the reward, right? I don't know. What anything more interesting here? Oh, there could be real goodies. Yeah, okay, we could add loot to the wagon. Let's think that's our day 2. Let's get the resolution done first. We can add loot to stuff too. The women give them the gold. I don't know. Yeah. They can mount their head on the wall. The women give the adventurers free bacon at the Golden Swine Tavern. Well, it's the sizzling swine now, but yeah. They can be the stars of the bacon festival. Okay, yeah, okay, all right. So, say, if the heroes return to the mayor's wife and other women, having successfully defeated the succubus, or at least driven her away from the town, they reward the heroes with gold and gems as promised. Furthermore, they make the heroes the stars of the bacon festival and treat them to unending, to bottomless portions of breakfast bacon at the sizzling sizzling swine tavern. All right, awesome. Bacon Town time. Year's supply of pork and a pigskin football. They cook and eat Wilbur. Aww. Aww. Poor Wilbur. They're crowned as kings of the swine festival. Is it the swine? I thought it was the... It's not the swine festival, is it? Bacon festival. It's the bacon festival. They make the heroes the honorary kings and queens of the bacon festival. There we go. All right, cool. I like it. Do we have time to make a roll loot or an add loot here or something? They get a crown of bacon. Oh, yes. Give them crowns of bacon and treat them to bottomless portions of bacon, breakfast bacon. You guys, I almost want... Do we roll up loot? We only have a half hour left. We can either roll up loot to put throughout here, or we can just tell dungeon masters to roll up loot on their own and place what they want to throughout the adventure. And that's not a problem. It gives dungeon masters the freedom to do that. That's funny. Because we don't have to put loot. We don't have to tell them to roll for loot. Yeah, let them roll for loot. What we could do is we could go back and spice this up a little bit. Let's put it up here. DM notes. The dungeon master should place loot and both monetary. Yeah, should place loot as desired through in this adventure. As it currently contains done. Dang it. All right, perfect. I'm not gonna list that. I feel like we have to name the adventure, you guys. Let's name the adventure. Annual Wiggy Piggies Hoedown and Bacon Festival. We have to name the adventure. The Werebore is the mayor's illegitimate son. Oh, wow, that's funny. Let's brainstorm names for this adventure. Wilbur Chops. Oh, let's do that. Let's so do that. Wilbur Chops. A werebore servant of Delilah, who is actually the mayor of Dumplesburg. Actually, the mayor's illegitimate son. That's just too funny. Excellent, I love it. 1 bacon, 2 bacon, 1 succubus, 2 saviors of the bacon. Bring back the bacon. Out of the frying pan into the fire. A portion of spoiled bacon. The wrath of the ugly boar. Making bacon. Piggly Wiggly? Oh, Piggly Wiggly. I kind of like that. Swine flu. Who's making bacon? The bacon conspiracy. Pigs in a poke, pigging out. 6 degrees of breakfast bacon. Squealing swines. Fortunes and bacon. Yeah, is there any way we can get fortunes and bacon in there? Swine and succubus. Ooh. The swine and succubus. Succulent sow. You guys, Porkin and Portents. Ooh. Reed, I like that. Porkin and Portents. I think that one looks good, dude. I kind of like that. Porkin and Portents. That has a little bit of a ring to it, you know? Porkin and Portents. Perfect. Because portents are fortune telling and seers. Yeah. Beautiful. Porkin and Portents. Cool. Random encounters. I don't think we need random encounters. Do we? Well, what do we want to, what do we want? Anything else here? Porcine portents? Ooh. Porcine portents? Maybe. Swines and porcine portents. You guys like porcine better? All right, Matthew Maple, thanks for hanging with us, buddy. I hear a lot of people saying porcine. Porkin and portents or porcine portents. What do you guys think? We got Porkin and Portents or Porcine Portents. Porker and Portents works. Yeah, there's, I mean, lots of different things work, right? And can be cool. Porcine Portents. I feel like that works. That works too. Did I spell that wrong? Yeah, I did. Imagine that. Oh. Oh, you know what? Porkin Portents. Porkin and Portents. Okay, I think we're gonna use that. I like that. Porkin and Portents. I kind of like that. Okay, let's move on. Let's move on. Are we done with this? Is there anything that we could change? Is this good enough? Do we need random encounters? I don't know that we need random encounters. We have an adventure plot hook. We have a bridge. We have a couple encounters. Do we need anything else here? What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Do we need anything else here? A puzzle. We only have a half hour left. Oh, I'm sorry. You guys can't see what I'm typing. I'm sorry. A trap. Now, a trap. Yeah, the wagon. Well, I don't know. If random encounters, boars. Oh yeah, wild boars. Yeah, we could do a quick random encounter. Let's so this is a wereboar. But what about a giant boar? Is that something? Yeah, that's something. A giant boar. Well, that's a CR2. Oh, that's really cool. So we could do a 4 wild boars. It would be a medium encounter. 4 giant boars, medium. Dang it. Medium. What else? 4 giant boars. What else could be a monster that they could have, like a random encounter type of thing? Okay, Munchcom. See you later, buddy. Thanks for hanging with us. Fred is gonna make an entire campaign surrounding a pig cult. That's awesome. The adult, yeah, Silver Radio says, my old D&D group would probably have at least one adult joke about this quest. Yeah, I believe it, dude. A herd of pigs. A herd of wild pigs that flees from the party while squealing. How do you spell squealing? Nice. All right, Loogie, we'll see you Monday, buddy. You guys, we pretty much created a one-shot in an hour and a half. All right. You guys, we could just hang out for the last half hour. We could just hang out and talk. Why don't we just hang out and talk? We can just call it a day on this. I feel like we're winding down on this adventure. I don't know that there's any need to talk about this anymore. You guys think we just put a fork in it? Call it a day on that adventure? Because I think we got it pretty well fleshed out. I think we're pretty good. And we got a map. We have a very legitimate map. Look at this map. This is the best. Is this not the best map you've ever seen before? Put the fork in the bacon. Oh, wow. Natalie, that stinks, dude. I hope everything's okay. Put the fork in the bacon. Yeah, we're just gonna chill and hang out. Let's just talk D&D for a little bit. Or whatever. The best map ever. Yeah, dude, that map is awesome. The map is totally awesome. What the pork? Yeah, we're just gonna I think we're done. You can infinitely you can always make something better. You can always keep on revising something, but I think we're like 80% there and this is good enough. Yeah, so let's go back to Q&A. Let's just talk. Let's just hang out for a little bit. It's time to eat the bacon. Reed Kellogg, glad to have been part of channel history. Yeah, Reed, totally. You're totally part of history now. And you gave us the name. You gave us the name, right? Pork and Importance. I think you're the one that contributed the name. So yeah, totally. Tyrell Smith says, I just started my first campaign as a GM and I want to know, how do I get my players to feel more immersed and excited about my story? I think the biggest thing that I can think of is to not have it be your story. Have it be the group's story. Have it be the player's story. I feel like the things that most make my players enjoy my games are not necessarily the ideas that I have. A lot of times it's the ideas that they have and the things that they come up with that I then take and use in the game. For instance, the players in my Ancient Dragon game, they love their horse Mercedes. They have this horse called Mercedes and they love Mercedes. And so when she was like stolen from the party by one of their former companions, Tellum, they went on a quest to get justice, mostly because Mercedes had been taken from them. And so they loved that idea and they were totally immersed in that idea. But it's not because I had a cool idea, it's because they liked Mercedes and that became part of their story. So I don't know if I'm being clear or not, but if you can find things that your players love and that they like, and if you can make those things more part of your game, then that is gonna by default make your players more engaged and more immersed in your game, if that makes sense. I'm actually, I have a video coming out in June that's called Player Agency, Railroading, and How to Make Your Players' Choices Matter. And I talk about this sort of thing. Oh, by the way, we have a special visitor. Oh, this is Mommy Cat. This is Mommy Cat. Oh, she's the one that was sick a while ago, and I had to take her to an emergency cat hospital. And she's better now. So this is Mommy Cat. Look how adorable she is. She's so adorable. She has something on her nose. It looks like she has cat litter on her nose. So I don't know exactly what she has been doing. I'm covered with cat hair. Yeah, she's doing really well. Rage Wolf, totally. Ricardo Moreno. Hey, what up, dude? Welcome to the stream. +1 cat of motherhood, yeah. Can I whisper for a few minutes? It will help me fall asleep. That's kind of weird. I don't know if I can do that. You gotta go to an ASMR stream or something, dude, over on Twitch, man. What's my favorite 5e module? Oops, mommy. I mean, I haven't read all of them, so like, I'm pretty much just gonna tell you the ones that of the ones I've read, which ones I kind of like the most. And Curse of Strahd is really good so far. I like Curse of Strahd. I also like Dungeon of the Mad Mage. I think that's really good. I think Dragon Heist is really good. Some of Tales from the Onging Portal are good. Other parts are bad. I don't know that I have a favorite though. I don't think I have a favorite really. All right, Fred. See you later, buddy. Melchior says, don't expect Luke to always respond to you. Missing messages is just par for the course in a stream like this. Yeah. Yep. An ASMR stream? No, ASMR. It's capital A. Sorry. Capital A, capital S, capital M, capital R. It's basically streams where like people, usually it's women doing it, but they'll just whisper to you and make repetitive noises and they'll do stuff. I don't know. So when you said whisper, that's what I thought of. Ken Smith says, any advice on running political campaigns? I don't think so. I don't run political campaigns usually at all, so I don't have a lot of experience doing that. So no, I don't really think I would do a Google search. Actually, oh, no. You know what, dude? Actually, what I would do, my advice for you is ask the people on my Discord channel. So there's a link below to my Discord, and we have a channel for like asking advice of other DMs. There are thousands of people on my Discord, and the community is super helpful. So if you join the Discord and then ask people over there, I guarantee you there's going to be people over there that have done, for instance, political stuff, and they're going to be able to help you answer your question. Because I'm just one guy, I'm just one person, I don't know everything. And so there's going to be things like the political that I'm not going to know because I've never done it before, you know? And so, but I guarantee you there are people over there that will have good advice for you. So that's what I recommend. Oh, you were just joking about that? Okay, that's cool, dude. Yeah, ASMR is weird to me too, Natalie. Like, I can't stand that stuff. It just freaks me out. I'm just like, ah! How to tie in politics. Yes, there are other D&D channels that have information about running political stuff. If you are able to listen to super long videos, then yes, there are other places you can go to listen and hear about political stuff. All right, Ricardo, see you later, buddy. Sean says, what's your take on players whining about not doing as much damage as the other guy in battles? It's stupid. If you're worried about how much damage you're doing and it's not as much as the other guy, then why don't you build a different character? Like, you know, why is that? How is that even a legitimate complaint? He's doing more damage than I am. I'm sorry. That's no. I'm just gonna roll my eyes. First of all, I don't have players that complain about stuff like that, because clearly some classes are gonna do more damage than others. It's the game, dude. It's imbalances in the classes, and some people are better than other things than others. So my take is going to be to roll my eyes and be like, well, then roll up a new character if you want to do more damage. If that's important to you, then build a new class, or build a character with a new class. Yeah, build one that does more damage. Exactly. That's the response, you know? I had a player once who was a bard, and she hated playing a bard. And she's like, Luke, I hate playing a bard. It's just not fun to me. Could I play a barbarian? And I was like, yes, play a barbarian. I want you to do whatever is fun for you. Please, if you are not having fun with a bard, get rid of it, roll up a barbarian. Now, she wasn't whining about anything. She approached it to me in a totally cool adult way. But my point is that if a player doesn't like the character that they're playing, then they should feel fine. Dungeon Master should encourage them to roll up a new character and have fun, you know? Damage divas. All right, Ken Smith, see you later, buddy. It's like a chicken complaining about a bear's body count. Alan, that's a good point. Have more things going on in an adventure than just damage. Yeah, absolutely. Keegan Cadena, what up, dude? Says I like the vids and like maybe get a shout out, please. It would be cool. Yeah, dude, thanks. Shout out and a fist bump to Keegan. What up, dude? Natalie likes being a bard. Yeah, lots of people like bards. You know, but it doesn't appeal to everybody. My player Anna didn't like her bard, and so she rolled up a new character, and then she loved her barbarian. She had so much fun playing a barbarian, just like hacking things with her sword. You know, she loved describing her character as being covered in blood and stuff. Like, she loved that. That was the perfect PC for her. Yeah, it was so good. She's not a player. She moved to like a different state, so she's not a player any longer, but she was a great player. Barbarians? I've never seen a barbarian. It's like a build, right? I don't know. You guys, I don't know a lot about character builds. I just don't. Like, I have zero interest in character builds. I don't even pay attention. My players build stuff, and I don't know if they made it up, if they got it off the internet. I don't know. I have zero knowledge about player builds. I just don't care. Like, I'm a dungeon master. Like, I focus on that sort of stuff, and like barbarians and player builds and stuff. I just don't pay attention. I don't read about them. The only knowledge I have about player builds and stuff like that are things that my players actually do at my table, and I witness it firsthand. You know. Natalie likes being unhelpful. What? I'm really cold. I should turn my fan off. I was like warm at the beginning of the stream, but now I'm getting cold. What got me into D&D in the first place? This book right here. This book right here, Streams of Silver by Ari Salvatore. And you can see by this book and how old it is that I have, and how beat up it is. I actually have tape. You guys, I actually have tape. I don't know if you can see it, but I have tape on the spine to hold the book together. This book right here is what got me into D&D in the first place. I was at a store with my mom, and I wanted to get some stupid book that we were reading at school that I didn't even like. I don't even know why I wanted to get it. And I was gonna get this stupid book, and my mom probably knew that like I wouldn't enjoy it. And so she found this book and she was like, Luke, check this book out. Wouldn't you rather have this book instead? I think I was in middle school. Yeah, I was in 5th grade. It was in 5th grade. And my mom found this book and she's like, Luke, wouldn't you rather read this book? Look at it. It's cool. It's got like a guy with an axe and stuff. And so I was like, yeah, that does look cool. I'll take that book. And so I took this book home. I have read this book, you guys, so many times. It's not even funny. Like, but this book changed my life. Like, I would not be who I am today and where I am today if my mom had not picked this book up and encouraged me to get this book. Like, totally. This is what got me into D&D. Now, I didn't start playing the game with this book. This got me interested in D&D. And then later on, this book right here, this book is the 2nd edition Player's Handbook for Dungeons and Dragons. I think it was my grandma bought me this book. I was at a bookstore with my grandma, and she saw this one, and she bought it for me. I didn't even know what it was. You guys, all I knew is that this book was Dungeons and Dragons, and this book was Dungeons and Dragons. That's all I knew. And so I got this, I took it home, and then I realized, holy crap, this is a game that you can play. And then I started playing with my brother, and then eventually I moved on. This is like high school time. I started playing with my brother, and then I started playing with my friends. And yeah, so this is the book, dude. This right here is the book that like that started, you know, that well this book started it, this book continued it. So yeah. That's how I got into D&D. That's the story. Yeah, kudos to mom, kudos to grandma. They changed my life. Yes. This, when I talk about being a dungeon master since high school, this is the book right here. This is the book. Yes, Alan, this book right here, this is actually the 2nd book that Ari Salvatore wrote. He first wrote The Crystal Shard. That was his first published book for TSR, the Forgotten Realms series, or TSR. And this is the 2nd one he wrote. But yes, there are lots of books in that series. And I've read most of them. Yes, so 2nd edition was my first edition of D&D. It was, yes, absolutely. Yeah, Peter Gilligan, Ari Salvatore is awesome, dude. Like, yeah, he got tons and tons of people excited about the game. I guarantee you. Amazing. Best mom ever. Yeah, totally. Yeah. Well, the thing is when I first got this book, this was back in the day when you didn't have internet. There was no internet or anything. And I didn't know there were more books like this. So I read this book over and over and over and over again because I loved it so much, and I just didn't have any other books. And so that like this one that I liked, until I finally found out that there were more of them. And I would beg, I would go to like Webster's Books or Schuler or whatever. Webster's Books, I don't think that exists anymore. But like I would go to these Barnes and Nobles or whatever, and I would find these. You'd have to physically go to a bookstore and look for them, and you couldn't always find the one you wanted. Now I just go on Amazon and I have the book in 2 days. But yeah, I remember getting more and more of these and being super excited whenever one of these books I could find one or something. It was really cool. Yes, The Cleric Quintet is very good too, Ed. I love that one too. You guys, all of these books are sitting on my bookshelf. The thing is, the thing is that I usually sit right in front of them, but all of R.A. Salvatore's books are right there on my bookshelf. They're like all right here. Like all of his books are like right here. I was like, oh, you can't even see it. My chair was in the way. They're like all right here. This is all of his books. So not all of them, but it's like most of them. All right, guys, let's go raid somebody. Let's go find someone. I think Master the Game is on, so we're gonna raid Master the Game. Let me drop a link to his channel because I'm done. I gotta go to the bathroom really bad. So we're gonna go raid them. They're painting right now. I'm gonna drop a link to his YouTube channel down in the description. And we're gonna go over there and just say hi. And that's it. So there it is, folks. I will be on, so 2 things. 1, the adventure that we created tonight will be available on my site, thedmlair.com, for you guys to use in your own games, free, all that kind of bullcrap. Probably tomorrow sometime, so you can get this all and use it in your games. That's the first thing. Second thing is I'll be on Twitch Monday and Wednesday next week, hanging out too, so come on by. There are links down below. That's it. I'm out of here. Thanks for hanging out, guys. This has been fun. Yeah, tonight was really fun, you guys. Tonight was a great stream. Thanks for hanging out. It was good stuff. All right, so go over to Master the Game and say hi over there, you guys. And I'm gonna cut out of here. So until next time, let's play D&D and crap. Bye, Melchior. Thanks for keeping the peace, Melchior. I think you were the only moderator here for good portions of the stream. I know I saw Tassio for a little bit, but you were holding the peace for the most part, dude. All right, I'm out. I'm outie. I'll see you over at Master the Game.